Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Jake, thank you for reminding me that I actually had tea on the kettle earlier. You sent that message a while ago, but I saw that while I was just getting some things set up and ready to go, and I was like, oh, shoot. Let me get that done. Let me get that off. So, yes. Good morning, Sips. Good morning, Jake. How's it going? It's going wonderful now that I get to hang out with all of you, as every Sunday where I get to do one of these. I'll tell you, like, genuinely, had a awesome Saturday where we did this, charity run. It was like a mud run, and then you pay and you donate to charity while you do it. So that was fun. And then after that run, got back completely exhausted, and I was laying in bed, just over and over in my head going, can't wait to stream tomorrow, can't wait to stream tomorrow, can't wait to stream tomorrow. Because I love doing this. This is my favorite. I like that it's really low-key. I like that it's really calm. I like that it's a small crowd, and I like seeing all, you know, the usual suspects popping in through. So, it's always a great morning. How are you doing, Sips? Thank you for being here. We'll get started in just a little bit. I've too, when it comes to Hellblade, I genuinely have been really excited to jump into. This is also part of it, is I've been really excited to jump back into. I really need to get oil on this chair. Or just lubricate it or something. It's getting worse with all the squeaking every time I move a centimeter. But yes. So I genuinely have been wanting to play Hellblade. Insanely so. And I've held off. I've refrained. I've completely refrained. Because I wanted to continue it strictly on stream, but it's just kind of a testament to how much fun I had playing this game last time, how much I really did enjoy it, and it's genuinely a super great game. Like, it's awesome, it's cool, I love the way that it presents the lore, I love the story that it's telling, I love the intrigue behind it, because it's not spelling a lot of stuff out for you, so that I really appreciate as well. What's a mud run? A mud run is it's literally what it sounds like, where you kind of, it was a run, 3 mile run, and then they have these kind of like mud pits and obstacles that you go around and climb over and do stuff with, so you get to kind of do like hurdles and climbing over big walls and jumping over ramps and crossing over mud pits and crawling through mud pits, and you get messy because it's fun to do. But I don't know how it gets split up, but I know, you know, part of it is like that actually, yeah, it's a lot of fun to do. I know that part of it, I would hope that part of the ticket price, because it is for St. Jude's, ironically enough, because we just had our Stars for Change recently. But they were donating to Stars for Jude for that event, so I hope that part of the ticket price goes to that. But it's cool, because you get in, you get like a free t-shirt. Well, free, you pay for the ticket, but you get a t-shirt, you get like a medal at the end of it, you get, they give you a beer on site, you get one free beer if you sign up, early or something like that, so there's a lot of cool little things, and then of course you get the run itself, and we did it with a group of, I don't know, 7 people, so it was a good time. But anyway, let's not dilly-dally too much. I wanted to give some people time to filter in. We'll give it about 2 more minutes, we'll give to 10:05. To let people filter in. But yeah, and I'm so incredibly tempted to pick up Final Fantasy 16 as well. And I've never played a Final Fantasy game ever before. But I've looked at this one, and it genuinely does look to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And I know it's coming to PC. I was told December. It's a game I'm not following hyper closely. But I was told it's coming to PC in December, so I might just wait before picking that up, because I still do want to do plenty of other games. I just recently started doing another playthrough of Mass Effect Andromeda, very here and there in my spare time, which I enjoy. I'm enjoying it a lot, actually. It got a bad rap, and reasonably so, if I'm being honest. It definitely deserves some of the criticisms it got. A lot of the criticisms it got, let's be fair. And there's still tons of problems with it. Like, I go in today and I play it. There's so many audio bugs and so many small little quirks that pop up, but let's hope that this works. Nope, not working. Alright, no worries. Alright, let's just get our game screen up here, and then we should be good to go. Let's hope that this works. Nope, that didn't work. Alright, we'll do it. Perhaps we'll just have to do it this way. Alright, no biggie. Cool. Yeah, so last we left off with Hellblade, we kind of kicked it off with, yeah, we finished quite a lot, actually, because it was our first time jumping into it, and then we had already gotten through all of the Trickster. I forgot which gate he was. Was he that gate? Oh, shoot. Let me raise the game sound as well. And hopefully that's not too loud. Hopefully that's balanced. So do let me know if... Right now there's not a lot of sound going on, but when we do get something going on. Yeah, I think this way was the Trickster. But we finished the entirety of the Trickster god. And he was really cool. So now we have to go into El Diablo's lair. And take him on. And I think this is his door. Which, it's been a while. It genuinely has been a while, so I don't entirely remember. But this does look new. I don't remember seeing this. Oh, this is Mima. Mami. Mamu.
Senua. We each walk these lands, gazing towards different horizons. Some of us further than others. Your father cannot see what you see, but there is nothing wrong with seeing the world the way you do.
Thank you, Mama. Preach. Appreciate it. Yeah, I forgot. I was asking at the end of the last time we played. I was asking whether or not I should be keeping my eye out for faces of mummy, mummy, mama, mother, mum, Lois, mum. Okay. Mother. Oh, when the darkness returns. Well, at least we definitely know we're going the right way. It's so weird to jump from a game like... Because I've been doing Mass Effect Andromeda, and I've been playing a little bit of this indie game called Risk of Rain. And obviously those don't have kind of the complexity in their presentation, I would say, that a game like this has. So it's really jarring. Jumping back into this one, where you just need to completely take 10 steps back. Alright, I don't get any story about that. Well, we are definitely in the right place again. Not only because we're going to El Diablo, but not only because of the new environment, but the charred bodies definitely check out. Yes! Oh, I forgot how to combat. Oh, no, we're sinking. Oh, no, never mind. I was gonna say, we're sinking right back into it. It's like riding a bicycle. Oh, that guy's hurting. Whoop. Alright. We are not sinking right back into it. This is what I was a bit nervous about, ooh!
It's nearly over. Finish it.
Yes! Alright, I'm feeling it. We're back in action, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, nice T-pose entrance. Ooh, thank you. I did not see that guy. Is there? Oh, I'm stuck on a corner. Okay, let's just... Nope, yeah, we're gonna get out of there. Okay, I forgot what the... Was it... Because I don't know if I want it... Let's just... Yeah, here we go. Nope. Slice and dice, just... Don't forget we have magical powers. Ooh! Oh, fudge. Let's just... No, I should have saved the power. Yes, I should have. I knew it. I was like, there's gonna be 3. Let's not use it just yet. Whoop.
Behind you.
I don't like how claustrophobic this fighting area is. End it?
No.
Okay. This is not nearly the end. For them, maybe. Hard slash. Ooh, choppy chop. It's like playing Fruit Ninja, if I'm being brutally honest. Whoop. Just a little bit of Fruit Ninja. Slice and dice your mangoes. Chop up your papayas. Get rid of the dragon fruit. Ooh, see, that's what I'm talking about. It is a fun combat system. Alright. I honestly didn't think I was gonna make it there.
I can still smell it.
Dodge the bombs? They had bombs?
Stench of burning human flesh. And I still hear their cries carried in the wind. Do you hear them too, Senua?
Yes, I heard their screams, and I still hear them now.
Oh, gotcha. Oh. Yeah, thank God we had Chris here last time to help with that, with how I was supposed to solve that puzzle, because holy crap, I was not gonna figure this one out anytime soon. Alright, I have the Y showing up here? Yeah, that's not it, Chief. They're saying the ropes are important. Oh, is it from down here? I love the way that this kind of like hint system works too. It's not giving it away, but it is providing just enough direction. All right, to you. To kind of help. And it's not like God of War. Has anybody played God of War Ragnarok? It was an actual genuine complaint with God of War Ragnarok where oh, there it is. It's one of these. Where Atreus just would not shut up every time you get stuck for half a second. Is that not it? That looks like it to me. They keep saying she has to find the ropes. These look like a Y. Is this not it? Yeah, they're saying the screams will help you sacrifice and find the ropes. I mean, that's ropes. Stop saying the ropes! I swear it's supposed to be this. Yeah, it says listen to the screaming, and I hear the screaming coming from over here too. Like it's right when I look in this direction. Which makes me think that it's supposed to be one of these. Yeah, it's when I look right at this guy in this direction that I hear all the screaming. Do I have to do it from up there? Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy had a bit of it as well, where... Is it something to do with being up here? Like if I line that up? No? I genuinely have no idea. And either I'm listening too closely to the hints, because I swear it keeps saying the ropes and the screams will help you, and when I look in that direction... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I needed the tree.
The path to Helheim is sealed to the living, but you already walk amongst the dead. Look towards the gate, and you will see that it has opened.
That was kinda cheeky. You needed this tree in between. I knew it had something to do with the bodies. Wow, that was a bit spunky. Alright. I already forgot that guy's name. Whoever is kind of helping me out. He's joining me along. He's a spirit in my head.
When they first came to my lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of, I know it well.
And I'm still here to fight it.
Yeah, I think I need a bit of a refresher on the story. I know that we're going all this way to kind of rescue her lover from the land of the dead, but I genuinely completely forgot what role that this guy is. I mean, he's telling me all about his stories and his history, and he's also presenting Norse mythology to me when we find the little idols, but I have no... This is going to be combat for sure. This has very... I'm sure some of you can relate. This has very just like... I don't want to pinpoint a year because I'll be horribly wrong, but when did The Last of Us Part 1 come out? Because The Last of Us Part 1 also had this, where you see an area with the very clearly stacked crates for cover, and then you know, it's the combat zone. It's like 2007, 2008, or 2012 game design or something like that. A little bit late. Again, I don't know I can't pinpoint the year, but you know what I'm talking about. And now, anytime you get, like, here we go, into a circular area. Alright. Alright, oh! Oh, fudge. Alright, I have to, what was it? It was... Running away is not an option! Alright, we have to kick you to get past your shield. Damn. Alright, yeah, you just... No! Oh, we are close to dying. I don't know how to tell exactly when... You need to do an attack. Yep. Whoop. And then I need to be sure to watch for the guy that's now coming behind me. I hear you. I hear your big old fat footsteps. Your big chonky feet! Oh, fudge! I know, I was told that you heal when you deal damage, I think. But I still see the screen pulse in red. Although it does have an adaptive difficulty system. I keep... Oh! There's more? There's... Whoa! 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 Calm down, Skid Row! Jeez Louise! Give me a chance, alright? Come on now. There's plenty of Senua to go around. My god. At least buy me a drink first. Come on. You have a... Oh, now you're finally... I was gonna say, that man is taking hits. Are you the last one? Please be the last one. There we go. Oh, you're not dead yet. Come on. Onto the ground. Onto the ground. Oh! There's another one that just... Yep. Alright, I don't want to use my superpower either because I don't know. I am the type of person that carries 7,000 potions in my inventory because there's going to be a time that I need it. And when I need it, I don't use it because there's going to be another time when I need it. Anybody else like that when you play a game like Skyrim? It's like, ah, man, that scroll, that's going to come in handy. When is it gonna come in handy? You're not using it. Oh, Senua, you gotta watch. You gotta watch.
Remember your training.
Who trained me? How do you train to fight hell demons? Are these even hell demons? Oh, I dodged too quickly. Hey, Ulfric, how's it going? I didn't know how long you were gonna just stand there for, but thank you for just standing there. Hey, Ulfric, welcome to our Sunday morning continuation of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Gate of Surt, know that only a sacrifice will stoke the fires of Muspel and let the dead walk through. find the fire, Senua. To follow the path to Surt.
If we don't get trained, we plop out, lick that up here. We pop out, lick that up here? Oh, wait, hold on. No, there's a stupid heart thing in my way. We plop out like that here. Yeah, I have to change that. I have, now that YouTube has those very silly, heart things that you can do in chat, is this stream super laggy for anyone? No, I think it's just on my end. Hold on, give me 1 second here. 1 second here. Yeah, I think it's just because I'm previewing it in. There we go. Let me just lower that quality so I'm not using as much. We plop out like that here. Yeah, because YouTube added that very silly system where you can kind of just put out the hearts and the smiley faces in chat. How's the nightmare realm of my ancestor? This, honestly, your ancestors are pretty cool dudes. I wish they would just like sit down to talk a little bit before they just straight up attack me, but it is what it is. Suitor, I can remember your name. I still can't remember the other guy's name. Ooh. Things are going down. Oh my god. Oh, this is terrifying.
Hell will not give you the answers you want. But you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer. Because you cannot overcome suffering if you refuse to look at it.
Good advice. Good advice.
What's happening? Is the fire gone? Where's it gone? The fire's disappeared. It was everywhere. Maybe it was an illusion. It was a trick. Maybe it was never there in the first place. Maybe it was a test. Surt's testing us. Surt is testing her. Why? Why would he do that? The fire giant is testing her. What is he trying to test? It was an illusion. It was real. The fire was real. She could feel it. She could feel it. We could feel it. It was an illusion. It was everywhere. Where's the fire? Where's it gone? Surt. Will it come back? She needs to find Surt. Could the fire come back? Follow the path.
Let me just move my head up a bit so I don't block the...
Surt. Surt is through there. He's waiting for her. You can't get through. How will she get through? She'll need to find another way. Druth said...
I need to find... Alright, so they're telling me I need to find another path. The voices in my head. I thought that the other guy was...
You just have to find it.
Can't I just pull out my sword? This is like 4 measly beams. I'm chopping up demons from hell, and you can't get through a goddamn fence? Are you serious? I did know that. I did know that. Thank you, Jonas. I'm a bit of a... You know, I'm a bit of a Norse mythology historian myself, you know. No, I know barely anything. I know some things. I know that I really look forward to finding these.
The Northmen tell this story. Before the earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of the fire giants. And people from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
I'm enduring a journey. What's the verdict so far? The verdict is this game is amazing. I think that there's definitely some reasonable complaints to be had about the combat system, because I know that with Hellblade 2, one of the things I see frequently is that people are commenting, well, I hope they change up the combat. Which, by the way, thank you everybody who's here watching right now. If you could just leave a wee bit of a like if you're enjoying, even passively, just leave a bit of a like on the stream. It really does help out a lot to get it to more faces. But yeah, I think there's definitely, you know, it does get a bit repetitive. They have the different things like, oh, get rid of this guy's shield, and these guys attack a certain way, and these guys are a bit stronger in health. But ultimately, it would benefit from having a little bit of variation to it, other than just the one sword, I guess. Even if there were different weapons, you know, you could take this similar combat system, but be like, Senua can use I know, I need another sacrifice. Even if it was like, oh, you could use a mace, it's slow, like what Jedi Survivor did, where it's you have the crossguard stance, but it's really slow, and you have the dual blade stance, but it's really quick.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Surt. Did you know that Senua is a Pict? I really need to get a pair of glasses. No, I did not know. I don't know what that is. Actually, Smokey the Bear warned us. They found remnants of Viking prayer house temples in my hometown a few years back, probably for Odin. That is amazing. Is it locked down, or can you visit them? Is, you know, what's
She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going. She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn, then how will she find the way back?
She won't. She won't be able to tell.
Oh. We're gonna have to remember the way. And my sense of direction is absolutely terrible. Oh, glad I went this direction. We get more lore.
The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Surt. The Northmen say that the
Gotta
defender
hold
of
it down.
Muspel is called Surt, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like something burnt. The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword, and at the end of the world he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard, waging war against all the gods. He will be victorious, and then burn the whole world with fire.
Isn't that in direct opposition to Ragnarok, where the world freezes over? And what in Ragnarok, don't all the gods die? Doesn't that directly compete with that whole concept there? Okay, so I mean, it's pretty straightforward. If we genuinely do need to remember the way to go, it's just gonna be head towards straight. You jump down this wall, just go straight. Don't turn. Remnant. Oh, remnants. Okay, all right, gotcha. So there's really nothing there. Viking history is a bit romanticized. True, they had some warrior culture, but they were just a bunch of farmers and sailors. It is. And the interesting thing, I don't know, Ulfric, I don't know if you were here for this part of the stream when we were doing this last week, but I actually have this book here on Norse myths and tales. And it's really interesting. It's a really interesting read, but they say right in the beginning, they explain that a lot of even Norse mythology with the gods is it's hard to piece together because they didn't really write anything down. So by the time they started cataloging stuff, they had already gotten influenced by other cultures like Christianity, for example. So that sort of bled into the mythology that we know today. And we kind of have to, historians need to parse through and say, okay, where's the influence from other cultures versus what they believed? Because all their history and traditions were told orally. So it's kind of this really interesting culture that we know a lot about, but at the same time, we don't know as much as we might think. That side of history just absolutely fascinates me. It's why when they say history is written by the victor, like, it's just so true.
Fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path to Surt. I searched for meaning in their suffering, in their eyes. But they just screamed like helpless pigs.
So this guy, I don't know if he's a friend of Senua. I'm assuming he is. He joined us pretty willingly to just come along on this adventure. But he went to war and then got captured and then became a slave. Is that the bulk of all I really need to know about his story at the moment? And these are trying to get to Surt, but why would they want to get to Surt when he's an angry fire demon that's going to collapse the world on fire? Why am I going to question ancient religions that none of it usually makes sense anyway? Ooh, ooh, touch it! Touch it! Burn! Yes! Fire! Renew the world! Reborn like a phoenix! I know the way. You can't fool me. Oh, shoot. That, I guess, is not the way. This is the way. Do you know the way? Screaming in my ears. Excuse me. Pardon me. Sorry. Coming through. I just gotta get. Oh, that's fire. All right. Bye. Pardon. All those voices in my head. I'm not gonna disturb you. You're fine. You go, Senua, go. Easy peasy, right ahead. Just hold your breath. Just hold your breath.
Do your gods answer your prayers, Senua? I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua. Find your own path, like I find mine.
My gods abandoned me. I am alone.
Ooh, this is interesting. Now it's getting interesting. Why did her gods abandon her? I mean, I guess her gods abandoned her when her lover died, right? That would be it, right, Senua? Do you think your gods abandoned you? Because I forgot your lovey boy's name. I'm sorry about that. But hey, Matthew, how's it going? Welcome. I don't know if I said hello to you. I think I just read your chat. Oh my god, what is going on? Welcome, Guthierm Kasperi. Thank you for stopping by. That actually probably was not from this stream. That's probably just a subscription from one of my videos that I posted recently. A picked woman whose village was raided by Vikings. Okay, alright, so when they say the Northmen, then they, like, Senua isn't the... That's a very good synopsis without... Pictish are people, or like Celtics, lived in a specific period and location in Britain. Okay, alright, that's good knowledge. And thanks for keeping it kind of spoiler-free, because I grasped the raider part. That's obviously where the guy who's in our head, the spirit who literally just talked to us, he obviously went to go fight with them. Presumably that would be where her lover also died, and that's why we're going to try to rescue them. So that would make sense. But that's good to know. Didn't the Vikings really start writing once more King Harold came into power? I know it's really pieced up and hard to connect. I really do. I can't wear glasses because they reflect with the ring light behind, but at least contacts I should really look into just for streaming. I never had eye problems up until this year that started getting bad. So I have a screen over here that I have to squint or like lean forward to really read it. And it's just as soon as this past year, it just started getting worse and worse really quickly. It's so frustrating. Just been subscribed since your Starfield started doing Starfield coverage. Love all your stuff. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really excited for Starfield. I think we all are.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
So the Northmen then, I was kind of saying before, the Northmen then are the raiders, right? Senua is not the Northman, and all the other folks that she's kind of with. All right, let's learn.
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday.
Oh, that is
They call it
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it, but Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to postpone that dark day.
Okay, so before he said that Surt was going to completely conquer the world, is that just what they... I guess that was just what this cult believes, is that Surt will conquer the world, but Ragnarok just finishes all of them off in the end. This is going to be a combat area too, I suspect. It's nice big open field to run in circles in. That, yeah, as far as criticisms go, that's kind of one of them, right? Is the puzzles are starting to get a little bit monotonous. You know, last playthrough, it really wasn't that bad because it was the first time I was experiencing it.
Worship the devourers, insatiable gods of darkness. I come from Erin, Senua, where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Senua, I was a man of knowledge, not a warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things. Like you, Senua. The man I once was has died. And when that happens, even gods you worship can die with you.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so, for example, finding this for the 15th time, trying to find these patterns in the environment is like, okay, do I really want to do this again? Last time I needed to use the trees in order to solve the puzzle. Oh, fudge. They're not whispering hints. Last time they were saying the screams and the the ropes and this, that, and the other. Now, the voices in my head have gone completely silent. I guess they figure I could solve it by myself. I can't. I'm an idiot. I am completely and utterly stupid and destitute of any brain wrinkles that would help me to solve this puzzle. I mean, I obviously know that these letters are kind of popping up. These letters. Oh.
The Northmen
no, not you. Shut up. Shut up.
They call it
Shush.
Ragnarok,
I know.
the destiny of the
I
gods.
get it.
Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it.
Shush, 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 shush.
Knowledge,
Shush, 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 shush.
hoping
Shush,
to
shush,
find a
shush,
way
shush, shush, shush.
to postpone that dark day.
I mean, this kind of looks like an R right here. Well, not really, I guess. Ah, puzzles! This is gonna be the wrong way, right? Yeah, it's gonna be this way. It's the R is gonna have something to do with this house. The M has something to do with that house. That much I can piece together. The question is just where the hell the exact positioning is. Hey, Chris, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you, dude. How you doing? Hope you've been well. Hope you've been well. It's been a while. It's been a solid week. Been a solid week. Yeah, I know. I'm looking for the R. And I know the R kind of pops up when you're getting close, I think. Is that how it works? It's like trying to give you the hint it's in this direction. Oy vey. I'm obviously not finding it looking this way. But last time I was looking at the thing... See, now I have it. It just shows up the R. No! Not that. Is this part of it? Is this beam... This beam seems significant to me. But it's not gonna be... Is it this way? No. Is it up here? No. Is it going to be from this side? Holy hell. Alright, I believe at the beginning when she's paddling up the river, she's going north following the raiders. That's what it seemed like. We're definitely in the raiders territory now. That's the gist that I'm getting. And that's why they were all saying turn back, because this is the raiders. But of course, the only... Why does it, like... Oh, because it's trying to lock me onto that thing. Yeah, alright, I don't... Did you get the Constellation Edition? GameStop had them back. So I saw... Yeah, Chris, I saw... I'm not seeing this puzzle at all. Chris, I saw your message on Twitter. Thank you for sending that, by the way. But when I had checked after you sent that message, when I saw it, I found that it was back out of stock, at least locally near me. I guess. I'm not sure. Yeah, the voices are... Oh, hello. Oh, hello. You're a clearly distinct X. Alright, that's one done. Is it going to be in the tree? I wasn't looking at the trees. I was looking at the building. I thought it was going to be the buildings. So is it going to be looking this way then? Somehow? Ah, wait, there it is. Right? Is it? It's kind of snapping in a bit. Sort of snapping in a bit. Do I have to keep going back? Nope, that's too far back. Alright, we're getting it. We're getting it. Is it on the ground? Is it on the ground? No, it's kind of snapping. You see it jiggling a bit? See how it sort of fades in like that? And it disappears when I get over here. Oh, I hate... See, this is not fun. I'm sorry, this isn't fun. If anybody knows exactly where to look, I will take the hint. Just to move things along. Unless you enjoy seeing my suffering and stupidity. See the logo in the trees and twigs. See, that's what I thought. I thought it was like over here, combining it with the roof a bit. I thought it had something to do with the twigs that are kind of... Unless you're talking to the old one. You gotta think like the logo maker of a black metal band. Is it gonna be facing this way then? See, the camera is like, you see that fierce jerk? I'm not doing that. It's just snapping me in that direction. Look at the roof angle in front of you. This roof or the far building? This one. Because that would line up with that. Right there. The one closest to me. Okay. So this. Do I have to do it from this side, then? No, that makes it disappear. So it's gonna be from over here, perhaps? Why does it shift like that? What kind of... What is happening? You're probably thinking too hard. The first room presented itself very clearly once you found it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The angle of the roof. Yeah, so the R presents itself when I'm on this side. It disappears when I get over here. I know, truly riveting gameplay. 2 out. This is gonna be. Its collision with the post is why I keep with this post. Indicating that it's part of the correct solution that it's doing that, or indicating that I'm wrong and it's trying to get around it. See, I thought it would have something to do with that. Oh, I'm hitting... Oh, okay, I'm hitting a collision box. Alright, don't feel bad. These take forever for most people. That's actually kind of comforting. Thank you for saying... Even if you're just saying that. Yeah, So, let me... What was this one exactly? I know this isn't... This one had very distinct X here that was able to see. Very distinct cross trees. And the R part of this one, that kind of triangle would be the... Wherever that triangle would be the distinct factor of this. I would assume. I really swear it's supposed to be like that, but... Holy hell. Alright, here I'm not focusing and it just shows up here. It just shows up here without me focusing. So does this mean I'm looking in the right direction? Right? When I... No, because... When I... No. Is there any trees behind you at that location? I mean, there's that tree. There's these. There's those. Would it be these? Oh, this is getting a bit far away, isn't it? Unless it has something to do with... No, this is too far away. It's not going to be here. Looking for an R. An R? Give me an R. Give me a T. Give me a find the puzzle. Look how the X, like how the X was oriented from the other. Yeah, that's what I thought. That is at first what I had assumed, but I don't see anything distinct. I mean, you have this tree which is slightly tipped over a little bit, I guess. Can't remember this one, but I want to say it's in the roof part of the house. The destroyed part or this part? Because Chris said the same thing. Chris said it has something to do with the roof of the building you're closest to. Yar, be hunting. I be hunting for the solution at this point. The roof would make sense. I mean, again, the last one I was on, I got stumped because I needed a tree stump. I mean, that kind of lines up, right? A bit. Right here-ish? Maybe? Oh! No. Oh, come on. That almost perfectly fits! I know it's not the right answer, but come on. Do I have to go inside the house? Inside the... Can I climb up? Do I have to get up there? Go forward and then turn around. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay on the stream, so I'm gonna stand right here. I'm gonna stand right here facing the entrance, and then I'm gonna take a sip from my tea and wait for you to clarify. Alright, I finished my tea. Go forward and to the right through the part of the house that doesn't have a roof. Go to the right and then turn around. To my left, yeah, to my left. Does that have something to do with that tree? I am to my left. Or what was my left. Oh my God, Senua! Never mind. Aw, you had me going! See, this is where, at this point in time, a hint from the voices in my heads would be fantastic. Someone put on some kind of comedic music that you would identify with. One of those classic cliche. Alright, am I just gonna end up looking it up? I am on the brink of YouTube searching it. They don't even know what's going on. Yeah, the voices in my head are so confused by this puzzle that they can't help. Oh my God. I mean, if the R symbol, like, there's so many ways you could tweak this to make a little bit more sense. If the R symbol popped up when you were a little bit closer, like, the fact that I could see it no matter where I look right now, no matter what direction I'm looking in, just, that doesn't help. So I see all these R's popping around. Before it said follow the screams, right? That was a great auditory clue. You follow the screams, you know you're close. If you have the omnidirectional, usually the more red R's means you are closer. That's what I assumed, right? That's what I assumed. And I'm kind of smack in the middle of it. No, wait, hold on a second. No. That's what I assumed. I assumed that being right smack in the middle of all these floating R's was like, hey, here's your hint about where you kind of want to go. This, to me, makes sense. You see I'm pointing as if you could see. The curve of the roof with this tree, that makes sense to me, but that's not the answer. It doesn't have anything to do with being over here, because I've kind of scanned around this area. Is it the big R on the ground? No. Oh my god. For God's sake, is that it? Is this it? If that is it, then I would need to be able... Can I climb up this? I can't, not that way. Go up in the house. Yeah, there's no way to get up, though. Unless do I climb on this? Holy hell, there's a... Oh my god, that is the way to do it. Jeez Louise, holy hell, welcome Scooter, you just missed the misery... I know I have to go up the stairs, I'm just checking for, like, another lore thing. Ah! Man, do I feel like an idiot. Did that do it? Wow, GG! Who sent that one? Yeah, Sips, you had seen that originally, the R on the ground. And I was like, I don't see it, I don't know what you're talking about. That was 100% it! And Chris followed up by... Oh, man! Oh, Scooter, you've been here just quietly not helping. Thanks, Scooter! Thanks a lot! Oh my god, finally. Is that supposed to be body? Wow, that is... Call that puzzle R-field. Call that miserable. Call it what it is. No, I should have went in the house and saw the stairs, let's be honest. This is very kind of funny how the game developers seemingly did this, where you have just the flat floor texture of the brick, and then they just made the bodies a flat two-dimensional floor texture as well, instead of making them 3D. It doesn't look like there's any bump mapping either, to them either. I know that Skyrim kind of did the same thing, or a lot of games where you just kind of paint on misery. Yeah, exactly. The R is appropriate. A lot of games will just kind of, you paint on the floor texture with a literal brush. Skyrim does it the same way, and that's kind of looks like what they did here, because you can see how the bodies just fade into the nearby textures. Also, welcome to... Oh no, that is kind of an accurate reflection. I learned a little bit, I forget, it's called like cube mapping or something, because the Digital Foundry video that analyzed Starfield recently talked about how they would do a reflection like this, and they literally put it on a cube. And I don't know how to tell if it is the case, but it's kind of cool. You could see that the tower there is accurately reflected, the beam obviously there. I know in older games they used to just take like a generic picture of the sky. Alright, let's continue, because that's probably not interesting to anybody watching, besides me. I probably should have figured out where to go first before I touched this one. Alright, let's go. Come on, sir. you know the way. Shut up, voices in my head. You can't catch me. Alright, up. We go up. Oh, shut the fudge up. Nope, I fell last time. I died. The only time I died was to falling like an idiot. And I refuse. Can you jump down? No, jump down over here, not over there. The other side was an inch higher. Hello, stupid. You are. God damn it, R. Ooh! Into the fire! Burn, baby, burn. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Ooh! Ooh, you're on fire? No. They're stronger than me. They're not strong. Do you know how many of these guys I've slain? Whoop!
Stop them. Slow.
Shut up, voices in my head. These guys are lame. I'm the cool dude in this scenario. Yeah, again, using like some different weapons or something there would really help to spark up the combat a bit. But let's go! Come on, Sir, show yourself, man. This is the third time's a charm, right? Rule of threes?
Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears. Raise your world to pride!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
No. I see nothing now.
This is an interesting change of the dynamic. I think that those creatures are the Northmen that raided, but it's her perception of them. Is my personal take on it. But it's interesting how this guy who's been following us in our head is kind of, he's saying burn it to the ground, raise it, almost as though he's telling the story of how he was captured and tortured, and they would sacrifice them to please, the Northmen would sacrifice them to please Sir. But it's almost as though now that he's burned, he's telling us to burn the world and raise it anew as well, which would theoretically be the ideology of these Northmen. So almost as though he's pushing us. Is he gonna betray us? Oh, that would not be in the top 10 anime betrayals. Yeah, Ulfric had the same idea. Hey, Jake, welcome. Is this on Game Pass? Yes, Kappa, welcome as well. That's fine, you're not a little late. You stopped by beforehand, I saw that. I know I'm gonna run up to this door, I'm gonna scan it, and then we're just gonna get the voice saying, find the sacrifice.
Find the fire,
There you go.
Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Oh, I have to do 3 of these now? I don't want to do 3 of these. I just did 2. I don't even know what that one's supposed to be.
How did you escape
Druth.
your
His name is
darkness?
Druth.
Senua, once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of Surt. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
Senua was glad he found him in the wilds. Even though he ran into the fire, which would explain his cough, because obviously breathing in all that smoke. I really did not want to do another one of these so soon. 50 DeMarco points to whoever finds out the secret to this puzzle. And if it's me, you all lose 50 DeMarco points if I find it before you guys do. They're very valuable. You want DeMarco points. They're super worth a lot of real world value. More than NFTs, any NFT you've ever seen. Is it gonna be this way? Is it gonna be this way? Is it gonna... I mean, at least this is the last... That is definitely where Cert is hanging out. Hey, Timmer, how's it going? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Does it have something to do with this? I suspect it has something to do with this random pole sticking up. No? Oh, wait, here. There we go. Alright, that's minus 50 DeMarco points to all of you who didn't find that one. Man. Are you using controller? Yeah, yes, I am. I'm using controller. So, I mean, to be honest, this one might be... Yes, you should be very in fear of losing. And you might lose another 50 DeMarco points, super valuable DeMarco points, if I am to find... Oh, I just got this one. That's definitely... Alright, that's minus 100 DeMarco points that you guys are all behind on now, and there's only one more chance, and if whoever finds this one before I do, can automatically regain all 100. I'll give them... I'll negate their DeMarco point debt, and also give them... I gotta remember where that one is, that lore marker. I'll also give them an additional... Oh, shoot. Is this me finding it? Sorry, everybody. Just lost. Oh, wait. That's not it? Wait, what? Oh, I gotta go around. Sorry, guys. I found all three. That's minus 150 DeMarco points to everybody watching. Sorry. I know this is heartbreaking to all of you. Yeah, I know. I will say I do genuinely wish that YouTube would just copy all of Twitch's systems. I don't want to stream on Twitch because there's no discoverability, and honestly, it's just a pain in the butt, and my entire community is here, so I'm not going to go to divide it to both places.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the sons of Muspel will travel to battle in the ship called Naglfar, the corpse ship. And when the sons of Muspel leave the ship and ride to battle, it will be as though the sky had split open, and Cert will lead them. Wherever he goes, flame will erupt before him, and fires will burn behind him.
Okay. So, yeah, Cert, bad dude. Bad dude, Cert. We don't like him. How am I supposed to feed my cat DeMarco debt? Yes, everybody watching, congratulations. Your reward for joining me on this Sunday morning is getting into some DeMarco debt with your DeMarco coin, DeMarco points.
If I can survive the fire of Cert and escape my darkness, then so can you.
I swear to God, Senua, if you would have just taken your sword and just chop to this little tiny measly looking barricade, You could have climbed through it. You could have climbed over it. You could have literally done anything. Any number of ways. We would have gotten here so much faster. I guess then technically you would have been locked in because you need to solve the puzzle to get out. So, yeah, I guess makes sense. All right. Oh, those screams are distorted. Yeah, you're telling me to burn like you. How about telling me how to be better and not burn? That would be fantastic. Okay, that didn't put the fire out. Senua, Jesus.
She's dying.
It's him.
Charred to a crisp. Feeling really like a chicken cutlet right now. Holy hell.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you sure you want to do this? We can fight this together, side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from here.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
I believe in you. You know that. Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I will come back to you. I promise.
Ooh, that eye in the bottom left is creepy.
Come on.
Look how nice and clean she looks. Oh, now we're back to hell. Come, suitor! Sirt. Excuse me.
And I will chase you from the underworld and forever be in your debt.
Alright, Sirt.
Destroyed everything. Everyone. But not me. Fight now.
Definitely doing this second was the right way to do it. Because this is a lot more dramatic than the other guy. Oh, you have a big attack. Alright. Ooh, big attacks. Nope. Whoa! Big attacks! You're not as tough as the other. You're not as hard as the other dude. The other guy was casting illusions and crap. Alright, we're stopping him. Alright, let's do that maybe. Oh, yes, that was the solution, I think. Stop screaming at me! I'm slicing and dicing, baby! Yeah! You can't stop the train of tomorrow. Oh, fudge. Oh, I don't have my focus. I don't have my focus. I don't have my focus. There we go. Oh, I like how the focus kind of charges. I didn't notice that. Oh, stay away from him. Okay. Now, and come closer. Whoop. Yes! Oh, you're burning. You're burning, baby. You're choking. You're choking, sir. You gotta give more of a challenge than that, my dude. This wasn't even close. Couldn't stand the heat. Ooh. He burned under his own ambition.
For every battle won, a greater battle takes its place. And so it goes. Until we fall. And in the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still go on. Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep
I
it.
die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When the darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Then I will see you in hell.
Be ready to face horror in the eye, as I have, to find your answers, your quest, the truth.
Nice. Awesome. I love to there's so many subtle things that people it kind of goes without saying in a way, like it's subliminal. It just you don't appreciate it kind of until you because it's done really well, because it's blended so well. I'm trying to collect my thoughts because that was a great fight. Easy, much easier than the other guy, but the way you had that bright red and then it goes, now you've beaten Surt the fire god, and now you have this gray ashy palette is a very cool transition from just the color perspective and the way that color is used in this game, and you still have kind of the remnants of that orange now into the it's I don't know, I'm impressed by stuff like that. Jenkins, welcome. I don't know if I said hi to you, but welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Is this what Elder Scrolls 6 combat will look like? No, unfortunately. I would love if it did. That'd be cool. Dante's Inferno I've never played. Axes are superior. I play a lot of my games, so I go with axes. Skyrim, I use axes all the time. Normally I'm a sword person, but I don't know. Skyrim, I guess maybe it's just a Viking theme. I go with my axe. I heard his voice in Skyrim, of Dirk, who was his name? Is that the same voice actor for Taran Malikos? You guys are gonna have to look that up. I would be curious, though. I don't think so. I hear the similarity, but I don't think so. Would doing a review for a new popular game that wasn't supposed to be good be... Would doing a review for a new popular game that wasn't good be a bad way to open a YouTube channel? No. Depends on the channel, I think. You're right. If you want to be a review channel and there's a popular game out that you want to review, then just review it. I think what's more important is less so, at least when I do reviews, even if you look at my Redfall review, I try to do them from a place where it's critical, and I acknowledge that, yeah, the game had tons of problems, but I try to be fair about it. There's someone like Angry Joe, which obviously my reviews are heavily inspired by, and he builds off of the persona of Angry Joe. So I think part of it when he's doing his reviews, of course, he needs that. That's the personality that he decided to go with, and it fits. And you kind of expect that if he did a review the way I do mine, with the tone that I do mine in, you would be like, this is an Angry Joe. So he's kind of built that persona, and he does his based on that persona. So it kind of it depends on the identity that you're trying to bring to the channel. But no, I don't think it mattered. Reviewing one bad game, as long as it's not as though every single game
Truth was a troubled man.
you play, you just criticize and say is terrible.
Slave. They tortured him, took him with them on their raids, drove him to madness, spreading this new form of darkness to new worlds, to my world.
So there is definitely the element of magic going on. I mean, obviously there's magic with all the illusions, and you have gods literally intervening and we're killing them, or maybe demigods. But these Northmen, I'm curious if they mean darkness as a literal entity, the way it was in, say, Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I love that this is just a painted on texture. If they say darkness and they mean it genuinely like an entity as it was in Amnesia: The Dark Descent, or if they mean darkness as in personal internal battles, because obviously there's both going on. But when they say someone like Cert brings darkness, are they literally
Senua
referring
saw a
to
deep connection form between the Northmen and the darkness.
See, they say darkness like it's its
His
own
tales of
thing.
hell were true. Then that was the source of it. She learned everything she could from him, until she too could see what he saw.
Yeah, they're saying darkness like a literal thing. That's cool that this was made by 20 people. That's insane. It makes sense too why you have some of the repetition that we are seeing. You know, it's similar with Oblivion, when Oblivion was made and they had, I don't know, like one person make every single dungeon in Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls. If I look at these now, does it do something different? No. This is a dead end. Where'd we go? Ah, up this path. A recap of Hellblade 2. I've thought about doing those types of videos actually in the past. It might be good. I don't know if I don't mind. So as much as I don't want to get locked into, because it's kind of happening right now. Like I look at my YouTube statistics and I could post a video about Starfield and I know it'll do great. And this is always a big concern of mine, is I don't want to be just like the Starfield person, as I've said in the past. You know, I've actively told people unsubscribe if that's all you're here for. If you just want, like, here's my Starfield news video.
Have you ever died before? It's a serious question. When the illusion of self is shattered, you simply cease to be. Though it may not seem that way to others, you know when it is true. You can feel it. A stranger in your own body. An imposter. And nothing is the same ever again. Senua has died before. And she will do so again. You can be sure of that.
Well, no, that's what I say. It's directed, yeah, so don't say unsub, but it's like if you're just coming here because all you want to see is stuff on Starfield news, then you're not on the right channel. Like, it's plain and simple. Because to be quite frank, I don't even cover Starfield news right when it comes out often. Like with the new interview, I was a day late to that, and you know, I'm not trying to be the first every time. I don't care to be. I don't want to be the first every time. So if that's all you're subscribed to, then it's like, okay, you know, I'd rather have a community that tunes into something like this. But so as I was going to answer Jake your question, no, Jenkins, I've never done Dante's Inferno before. I've never played that game. But as far as doing Hellblade 2, I don't mind sticking to kind of the RPG games a little bit, and some stuff that falls slightly outside of that. Hellblade, I guess, kind of fits into the vibe, so maybe I would do a little bit of Hellblade stuff.
With the Mark of Valravan and the Mark of Surt, you may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
Definitely fits into that Elder Scrolls kind of style.
Why is she waiting? Open the gate.
No, don't. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate.
Not.
Don't.
She's done it.
Ooh, there's the darkness. Oh.
It's so dark. It's dark.
Oh.
The dark. Only the dead.
First one to do a 4-hour stream. It was a stream right after the event. I don't know if that counts. Yeah, Dirk said, stare into the darkness. Or Druth. Dirk. No, you're in the
There
darkness.
is no one here but me.
Not you.
That's a cool
Did you
voice.
think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damien!
In this waking nightmare,
We're in the deep stuff now.
all dreams come true. You searched for control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came. Through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've
We
taken
were
his
returning
soul.
home? Or is it just the vision
These
now that you're
gods
home?
You cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart.
This is such
Through his
interesting
darkness
camera work.
You will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win.
Has he been rhyming this whole time?
In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.
Wow. So now we're really getting into the trauma side of Hellblade that I know people have talked about.
Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering worse than death. And you wanted to surrender. Abandon to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
Alright, now we are in the thick of it. Holy crap, that was incredibly done. Yeah, the voice acting, absolutely insane as well. They did a lot of virtual camera production in these games. This Carl Jung. Yeah, that was really interesting camera work. And I like that this game kind of does like the God of War thing too, where a lot of it is just one single camera movement, as opposed to doing multiple different angles, which makes sense because this really is Senua's story, so the focus never truly detracts from her and her perspective. I'm getting some weird stutters here. Oh, I thought we were just gonna like chop him in one because Senua has that look of death on her face.
Gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
So So I'm curious, are we just sort of... What is this voice that's talking to us now? What is his angle? Because at first he was sort of taunting us, and now he's saying, like, go be an agent of death and destruction and chaos and...
When there is a new road ahead.
Unless he's kind of an agent of corruption a bit, and he's sort of leading us into a bit of a demise by putting us on this road to retribution. It's not even really retribution, is it? It's just... Oh, the music! That's epic. It's building as we get further down the bridge. I love it. Come on, buddy. Let's go. You and me. Ooh. Is that the souls of the dead that are singing shanties for us? Yeah, I don't know his angle. Sips of tea. That's a good point, but... They 3D camera tracked motion from an actual camera rake. Well, yeah, all of this was done with really intense motion capture, right? So that would make sense. Oh, let's go. We've only died once too, so I don't know how many.
Gate you open into darkness brings another change.
Senua, get up. Yeah, bar me in with you. You think I have a problem being in this chamber with you? Did you not see? Oh, fudge, get up! I didn't know that was gameplay. Oh, no, 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 no. This is... I can't focus. I can't. Oh, we're so sluggish. No way! Get the fudge up!
She's hurt. She's injured. She won't make it.
Oh, we're gonna make it. This is how we make our comeback story. I'm the comeback king, baby. You can't mess with the DeMarco sauce. Yeah, you weren't expecting me to recover that quickly, huh? Got a magical amulet on my hip. Don't know where I got it from. Don't know how I do it, but I got it. I got the head of a corpse on my belt. I got voices in my head telling me when you're doing something. I got everything. What do you got? Big axe? Grumpy attitude? Lots of grunts? Ooh. Oh, fudge. Got nothing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Alright, they are definitely seemingly hitting a bit harder. Ooh. Oh, fudge. Alright. Yep, let's just slice and dice at least one of them out of the way. And I didn't even get the one of them. He's hurting, but I didn't get him.
Take him down. Take him down now.
I would love to, but he's hiding out in the back.
They're winning.
Oh, I dodged. Ooh, I know I want to get the one guy who's severely maimed already. And my performance is kind of taking a hit with, I don't know why, but... Nope. I saw that coming. Oh!
Surprise him.
Yeah, these guys aren't even a challenge to me anymore. Keep stacking them. You gotta throw more in at a time. I'm curious. I know, obviously, for gameplay reasons, but I'm curious if there's like a bit of an explanation as to why they only do summon about 2 of them at a time. I mean, again, obviously gameplay, because it needs to be fair, right? But we don't even know what these things are. Are you dodging and attacking? I can't tell what I'm seeing. Yeah, you press the A button to kind of strafe left and right. And then you just use X for light attacks and Y for heavy attacks. And that's really all there is to the combat. It's not complex. Alright, who's ready to earn some DeMarco points? We got more puzzle. You guys solve it quicker than I do. We have, what do we got? Fancy fish, or vertical fish S and an X. Oh, he's still talking to us.
Find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
Alright, let me do this first.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess.
Giantess?
She will
Lame.
ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Sigurd, like Sigrun the Valkyries, and also that is quite literally exactly what I'm doing right now, right? As I'm going to hell to join my lover. Okay. Who built a house on the bridge to hell? Like, seriously, there's just straight up a house chilling. We're literally on the bridge to go to hell. And there's just a hut? Wait, did I find one of them? Did I just find one without even realizing it? Alright, no DeMarco points for anybody there. I did that lore marker. Can we go through here? Nope. Okay, another one's definitely going to be up here. So the thing I'm looking for in order to kind of solve these puzzles a bit, is this going to be the X somehow? Right here? No, I didn't find it. It just zoomed in like I had found one. The thing I'm looking for is kind of these very clear vantage points. That is going to be something, right? There we go. Alright. One down. And I did see all the markings for Le X marks the spot. We did an R. We're doing an X. We did a P at one point. Is it going to be... How are you gonna frame yourself? I'm thinking that beam? This beam... Nope. Is it behind me? Are you hiding behind me, Mr. Puzzle? Please do explain to me your secrets. Is it on the floor again? I don't mind simple combat. Sometimes I just want to feel bad. That is true. Yeah, so I will say, definitively, this combat system does make me feel quite powerful. It makes me feel very competent. You're going up against these larger enemies. And it doesn't really punish you too hard. Now, I normally play games on high difficulty. Like, whenever I play a game on my own, I do it usually on either the hardest or the... I swear it should be, like, these stairs, right? But it's not going to be, because that doesn't line up. I usually do it on the hardest or the second to hardest difficulty, because I like to completely make myself miserable. And this has some kind of an adaptive difficulty that I turned on. It was the default, so I just left it at that. Is all three of them going to be solved using this thing at different angles? Because that would be kind of cool, actually. Doesn't seem like it, though, does it? I mean, that is sort of... That's not really the X I'm looking for. I also need that vertical fish. No idea where vertical fish might be, but I'm not seeing any of those red symbols. We got to keep an eye out for the red markers, which we're surrounded by them here. So what was the last one was on the floor, and that's why it took me so long to get it? Is this one going to be on the floor again? Ah, there we go. Yep. Alright, that's 2. Now we just need to find the fish. Vertical fish! Come to me! Reveal your secrets. Is it back on the boat? Because I did not find one on the boat. It looked like I found one. Did it glitch? Perhaps? Because it did, it zoomed in when I was over here. It zoomed in as if I had found one. Please tell me I did bug it. But there weren't any. This definitely seems like the kind of place you'd go to solve one of the puzzles, doesn't it? But I didn't see any of the little floating markers that tell you, hey, you're nearby. But I also don't see any over here at all. I do. Oh wait, no, that blue ring is all around me. It doesn't have something to do with being in this room, right? Am I supposed to go through there somehow? I can't get through that gate. I really do think it's supposed to be over here. Again, I got it. It zoomed in from this point as though I had found something when I was looking at it through here. But I don't see any of the floor runes. That kind of mark you being close. So where are you now? Yes, I am on the bridge to hell. And unfortunately, it's blocked by another puzzle. Yes, Gjarlbolbur. Yes, we are on the bridge to hell itself. That's blocked by a vertical fish. A vertical fish puzzle is our greatest enemy that we've ever faced in Hellblade. Aha! Found you, secrets. Alright. There was another ladder, or another way to kind of look, too. Ooh. Look at this sneaky, sneaky passage. What secret are we going to uncover over here? Nothing? Wait, literally nothing? Well, what the hell? If that isn't the biggest disappointment in games of this year, I know this game didn't come out this year, but why would you let me do that? Hey, Starfield, this game seems more like a puzzle than a narrative. and narrative game rather than a combat. So simple combat is better, or else it might feel like a slog. I would agree. Oh, lore marker. I would agree. Actually, it is more focused on the story and the puzzle, and the combat is sort of there to break it up in between. But that's always a big debate, and I've seen this come up. I don't know if it was because obviously Hellblade released a long time ago, but I have seen this conversation come up a few times as it pertains to titles. Is if you, it was Scorn. Scorn was the most recent example where Scorn included a combat system in the game, but it wasn't that good. So either focus all on the puzzles and the environment, or and don't tack on this combat that feels kind of half-baked, or spend the time to polish the combat and make it feel good to play if you're going to include that system. Now, Hellblade, the combat feels good. Does it feel like it can be better? 1000%. But it feels good. And that's the most important thing. But yeah, there is that fine line in order to really... Oh, shoot, we missed one! Oh, we were doing... Wait, is this game really this long where we have this much left to go? I can't believe I missed one single marker this whole time. Oh, and it was going to be somewhere in, damn it.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to...
Alright, hold on. Can I just run this back again?
Places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
I mean, I'm to have this black darkness encroaching on me. Does that make me Hela? Was it the one where you got stuck on the R? I don't think so. No, I think that was... No, because I found one that was nearby there. I don't know. BioShock Infinite was like that? I liked Wait, are you talking about the combat? Because I really enjoyed the BioShock Infinite combat, actually. Or are you saying it was the reverse, where, like, the puzzles were... or just some other element, where it was, like, a tacked-on element. Alright. Let's journey through this storm. It's really wreaking havoc on my performance. Oh, now it's getting better, actually.
The gate. It's opening.
Who is it?
It's Hela! We just learned about her.
It's coming.
That song again.
Oh! I was right.
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
Oh my god. Oh my god, are you the thing? Are you the thing in the Hellblade 2 trailer?
You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it.
Oh, what is your game, voice? I don't know.
Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Oh! Oh, now you're in trouble. Oh, you're terrifying. Hella is terrifying. Damn. Alright. Hey, assassin.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be? Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
Oh.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on.
Oh, that's just another one of her inner voices? Oh, I hate... Oh, I hate all of this.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you,
What was the point of that?
only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real.
I didn't get the... Was that...
Don't give up.
Did he?
Not like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in me, Senua?
No, it's not. It's a trick. She knows it's him. It's a trick. He's already dead. He knows it. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Was she attempted to just
Come to me,
herself?
please.
But then why would you just stick a hot sword to your face? That's not the right way to do it. Or was that her trying to
It's him. He is.
get retribution for
It's in your mind.
displeasing the gods?
What's happening? Go towards it.
I think I start understanding what is going on, and then I literally don't. So all that happened in this moment was, I mean, we saw Hela come out of the gate, but all that she did was push us off the bridge, and then we were perfectly fine. Where did this rope come from? Asking the important questions. Who set us a campfire? Did I make the campfire? Did the voices in my heads make the campfire? I don't know what's going on anymore. I thought I was getting it. Why did you brand yourself with your sword blade? What was the purpose? Is that show me a bunny? No. This game is about inner turmoil, conflict, and literal insanity. because I'm pretty confident that Senua is her whatever they keep saying her vision is insane, like she sees the world through a different light. I think that's just a metaphor for mental illness, if I'm being honest. I mean, it could be something.
It's dead. He's gone. You were too slow. How could you keep going? How could you keep going? Ignore the pain. I told you it was to trick you. I told you. Where are you going? Sam, there's nothing to follow. Come.
The blade might have been cauterizing a wound. It could have been yeah, she could have been cauterizing a wound. I guess that's possible. But she didn't get injured there. I mean, unless you count her getting smacked by Hela as the wound. Which, I mean, you got smacked by a goddess, so... Or a giantess. She's a giantess, right? Which, technically, the giants came before the gods, so... Or the first giant came before the gods.
She was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren. And lonely.
Come, where are you going? There's nothing to follow. Dillian's disappeared. You've got an illusion. It's more.
You're 100% correct, which opens up the discussion, were the shaman of the old time just people with mental illnesses? People who claim to have visions and sight into world. Perhaps, I mean, I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert on that side of things, but to my understanding, a lot of times, if I remember what isn't taught in school history lessons correctly, oftentimes they were drugged up the wazoo. Also, has the darkness on her arm been, even though we haven't been dying, has it been expanding? Alright, it looks like there's multiple ways to go. And if there's multiple ways to go, it means there's a lore marker somewhere, but I've already missed one, so what's the point anymore? Just consider it a failure to learn all about Norse mythology and not 100%ing this game anymore. It's kind of crazy that there's just a built-in permadeath mode to this as well. I mean, I don't know, maybe you can't actually lose like that. Maybe it just kind of gives you the illusion that you can. Because I swear that the darkness on her arm is just going up. Although technically, I guess you could argue that... So that's the way we have to go, because Dillian's up there fighting. Mental illness. Oh, hello, Mom. Can you give me some guidance?
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted. Like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean.
Salmon?
But have the faith to let
Well, they're
go
in streams, not ocean.
and let the tide
Well, I guess they're in
carry
the
you
ocean, but-
away. Because the whole ocean is your home. And it does not ask you to swim against it.
Thanks, Mom. I'll treasure your advice always, but not as much as I would have treasured a lore marker. Mental illness is shown to be prominent in people who use drugs. Yeah, I guess then you have a bit of a chicken, and I'm sure in this particular instance,
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you.
I live here.
You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
I guess then you kind of have a chicken or the egg situation. I'm sure when it comes to substance abuse and that kind of thing, you're looking at, usually it's 50-50. Sometimes the substance abuse leads to mental illness. Sometimes people have pre-existing conditions that drive them. I mean, even if you think about it, like, addictive personality is in its own way. I don't know if that's technically a mental illness, but officially it might not be registered as a mental illness as far as the something like the NIH is concerned. Wow.
There he was. The lone figure of a boy. Under the tree. Swordplay under the shade of a tree. You have to keep doing it. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing. And the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. And for the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
Yeah, Assassin, I think I can't, I cannot. Oh, nice music. I can't pretend to understand a lot into this, so I'm just, full disclosure, this is not an area where I have a lot of knowledge or research or spent a lot of time looking into, but, you know, my own personal belief I can speak to is that the world is really just our perception, right? And that in and of itself, I think, is kind of associated as a fact at this point. I do see you, Mr. Lore Marker, over there. Yeah, you're struggling, Senua. I like that these kind of clouds of darkness appear as shadows as well, fading in and out. And it appears when we're kind of falling and get, like, after that fall we land, she showed weakness and then the darkness was kind of there because of her injuries. Oh, another puzzle gate. Oh, shoot! There's a lore marker right here. I saw one all the way over there. Did I miss another one? No, I did not. Just missed one.
Tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him. So King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Pride cometh before the fall, and I'm sure the sword created it. If I had to take a guess, this story is going to lead to a trail of vengeance where people keep constantly dying over possession of this sword. And it's a play at the stupidity of humanity, to be honest, because we do that kind of stuff still. It's amazing to me that we have fairy tales and kind of that mythos for all of these things. It's the whole point of fables. The entire point of fables is to provide warning lessons in a easy to approach and digestible tone. Should I go up to this bridge first? There's a lore marker that's on the other side of these boats here, but there's a ladder here that leads to something, so I don't know the right, maybe there probably isn't a right order. I'm assuming Dillion is progression, going towards the image of Dillion. But yeah, we have fables to project literally all these things, and yet still we're humans are idiots.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
I apparently can't guess what happens, because I really did genuinely believe that this story would then transition to be about the brother. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, the brother? The father? The world tree? Alright. Is there going to be a waste of time to go to this end? Is that where I'm heading towards? Because that is a cool looking place. This is definitely giving me... Wait, is that the Tree of Life? Or supposed to be? Is there a reason to come out here besides... I guess I could just look at the view. Yeah, let's catch up on chat a bit, because this is some really engaging discussion that we're having now. I like this part of... One of Ninja Theory's goals with Hellblade was to start about mental health with video games and mental health in general, even for those who don't suffer from it. Yeah, and as we get deeper into it, you definitely see more of that. Assassin, I'm sorry, I don't remember if you were here when we kind of got that bigger scene, when that deeper voice came into play for the first time, but that's where it really became very, not very, but more in your face about it. Fairy tales, in that sense, just moral lessons made easier to explain than outright tell children why something is bad. Yeah. There's a section in DSM-5 about addiction. Substance abuse can be a diagnosis. It can also be a symptom of mental illness via self-medications. Shamans of old used psychedelics to help people through things, and before we had psychology, a school of thought, it was all up to mythology or doctors. Yeah, see you later. Oh, Assassin, you have to head out. Alright, no problem. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks for staying here and chatting. And I know, Jake, you had to head out as well. So, has anyone seen that song, High Red? I have not. It depends what feels more real. Nihilism versus optimism is all about perspective and which the drugs you land on. Yeah, you could argue too, like even the interesting thing about some of that is that we have our own body systems that respond to stimuli. So you do have inherently dopamine, and a lot of what I find really interesting is that people who do a lot of extreme sports, I've always been fascinated by this, that people who do extreme sports often end up in very deep depressions, or they just end up kind of, well, inflicting permanent self-harm because they can't get that same thrill because you constantly need to one up. So you even have that level of addiction that just our own bodies can place forward.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
A new plan that's cruel of heart and pure in blood. Yeah, anything can truly become addicting. And we as humans need to, I mean, it really just comes down to restraint and control, but obviously that's easier for some people than others because, again, people have addictive personalities. So that kind of human psychology has always fascinated me. I don't make a habit of researching and learning it, but
secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
that's right, happy days as we get closer to Dillion. But I need lore. I need to know this story.
Sister
I'm so intrigued by this.
with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli.
Sinfjotli.
After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Damn. All right. So there's I don't have it here. It's in the other room, in my bedroom probably. There's if anybody is kind of really intrigued by this Norse mythology, let me just pause for a second because as much as I love Senua, her breathing and grunts are gonna really distract me. If anybody A, enjoys reading, and B, likes kind of this world and this mythos and what's going on here with the Nordic themes, check out a book by it's called Shadow of the Gods by John Gwyer, GWHR or GWHYR, something like that. It's called Shadow of the Gods. He has a bunch of series that are all based in Nordic mythology, but this one in particular I just finished. I'm going through The Witcher. Ew, reading fair. I'm going through The Witcher, and I'm still on the one that I've been on for a while now. Actually, after I finish this, I'm probably gonna record a video and then go read for a bit. But what is it? Shadow of the Gods. Really great story, heavily based in this Nordic mythology, and I'm getting these kinds of moments with this particular story. What's making me think of it is this story all with Sigismund, is very, very pulling me back to that book in a positive way. You could almost take Shadow of the Gods as if it's its own entire book series on Nordic mythology, but its own kind of branch of it, because it's loosely based in it.
No, it's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick. Deluded. Where are you going? Where is she going?
Here you go. Cyborg, you wanted bunnies?
You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss?
If only she could do the same.
Here you go, Cyborg, getting exactly what you wanted.
And dance with it.
And this is the first time she's had anything that slightly resembles a smile on her face. No bunnies. No bunnies. But you have some color in this world of dreary nightmare. So this is where Senua grew up. And it makes sense. This definitely gives me someone, I forgot who it was. Was it Jake? I'm sorry, I can't remember. Someone was bringing up, that Celtic, that she's from Celtic lands, and absolutely, like, these rolling plains are feeding that to me. Which is kind of cool too, because if she's from more of that background, and the Northmen have the beliefs in Viking mythology, seeing these totems are in a way Senua's learning about all this the same time you are. I know there's some overlap with their beliefs, but obviously they're different. Can't tell you the differences, but she is creepy looking, though.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I'm not. I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
You.
No one.
You,
No
Dillian.
one.
I watched you from
Well,
afar.
I watched you,
Like a creep.
and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
This is so wholesome.
You
Oh,
can't
and
put
it's
it
going
into
great.
words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all. Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Damn, she did it. She got the voices out. Silenced them. That's growth. In a cool way. The weight of the fact that she doesn't talk much too really adds a lot to it. Like in Planet of the Apes, the reboots, when Caesar talks for the first time. Such a cool moment. And her lack of dialogue makes it more interesting when she speaks. It's such a cool written game.
Can you see him? You won't believe it. Is he not here?
So
Is he there? You're alone in these mountains. Is that it?
Yeah.
Nothing lives here. You won't survive.
I was gonna say, because we saw this tree in her vision, and they said that Dillian always practiced under the tree.
It's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
And but obviously this is all water, and so unless her lands became completely flooded and mountains grew in place of the fields, then this isn't actually her home. And this isn't the same tree, unless it's just an illusion. I don't want to miss another lore marker, because I want to hear all of... Yay! Sneaky, sneaky! Oh, wait, what? Are you not one of them? Oh, is this the Big Z Memorial? Anybody watch Surf's Up will know what that is. Actually, no, I shouldn't explain my references to you. You guys should just get them. So... okay. Maybe I end up coming back this way? For some reason. Oh, there's a lore marker. Okay, so this is not... what. So then what are these supposed to be? Unless they are just memorials. I like the breaking of the fourth wall too, because you could argue that all these voices in her head are actually representations of different players and how they might approach. Some of them would be like, oh, you're gonna die, Senua, and others will be like, hey, you could do it, keep going. Alright, we didn't miss one so far.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death.
They got their vengeance.
Sigmund calls to his sister to come out, so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire.
Oh.
Strike
Okay.
from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
Yeah, there's a bit of much darker Last of Us story about vengeance. The cost of vengeance, lost everything, but he got his sword. And it's interesting because that's a situation where he got completely screwed by that king, and vengeance was arguably justifiable, and yet still it leads to his own ruin. It led to everybody's ruin. I guess that's really what stories about vengeance are. Everybody ends up suffering in the end.
Here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great
Oh,
warrior.
damn it.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood,
Odin.
Sigmund saw that he only had one eye.
Who gave him the
The
sword?
man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
Why do they gotta add that R to the end of it? It's pronounced Graham. Why do you gotta be all fancy about it? Damn Vikings. Damn Nordic folk. Damn Jonas. No, love Jonas. That is a very tragic story. So why would Odin give the sword just to break it later? I don't quite see, unless Odin is just being Odin and he's just being a dick. Stop it! What are you talking about here? Literally no need to add unnecessary letters. It's just done to be annoying. I assume I'm gonna come back this way. So are all those little things gonna become new markers? Because it does look like this is a drop-down point for convenience, which leads me back to the shore. Unless you come up here, someone sees that marker, somehow missed it, and then it's kind of a signal to the player to go back. Alright, to the world tree, or what I think is a world tree. Oh, there's skulls in it. That's cool. Oh, we're pulling the... well, don't take the sword. Don't. You just heard this story, you moron. Are we gonna fight Odin? Does this game end with us fighting Odin? Oh, that's what they were.
She started something.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gram. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
And it cost him his life.
It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole.
I don't want to.
But it is an illusion.
I don't want to. I don't want to at all.
Long ago, it is said a great warrior can reforge Gram.
Okay.
The trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the tree of death
will
take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Go to the shard. Go to the shard.
Okay, I was saying, is this the tree of life? Nope, tree of death. Should have guessed it. I thought it was just a brutal, dark irony that there were lots of bodies hanging from the tree of life. Alright, so we're gonna reforge the sword that quite literally cost the life of the person who wielded it. That's probably a smart idea.
Forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
Where are we now?
Hey!
Burial mound.
That's cool. The roots of the tree will bring you.
So
There's the
strange that we
bridge.
go to
There's the
such
tree.
lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
Dead in the air. You can feel the dead. Do this. Turn back.
Oh, wait! I'm running what is probably the right way to go, and I did not look for lore markers. Thanks, Cyborg. I'm glad that I'm enjoying having you here. I enjoy doing these morning streams too. You know, it's a good way to start my Sunday mornings. And it's a great way to interact with you guys too. I know not everybody, like, it's a Sunday morning, not everybody can make this type of thing. So anybody who does, I'm very grateful for. See? I knews it. I knews it. I mean, I'm newser it. We gotta add R's to everything. Alright, what story are we getting this time?
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
It's cool that the journey that we're going on is identical to or mirroring the actual Norse mythological tales that we're getting to hear about. So you kind of get rewarded by hearing the story. Oh, we got a little hobbit hole. I want to visit a hobbit. You get rewarded for exploring by hearing the true tale of everything you're interacting with. That's a neat way to do it. And I don't want to miss any, so I'm gonna... I already missed one. So I'm gonna try to be a bit thorough. There's nothing else here, I guess. Alright, let's go visit the hobbits. Bilbo!
Don't go in there. Go in. You have to go in. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it.
It's in...
Careful. You have to be able to see.
It's interesting to me that the same...
Who's there?
I can...
Lillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
I can hardly see a thing. What are you doing with your hand? Wait, what are you doing there? What are you doing? Calm down. Senua, calm down.
Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices? Is that his voice or the voice dead? Not.
There we go. I was wondering. I was like, can I not?
Dillian's calling to you. Can you hear him? Where is he? He sounds like he's getting further away. Have you lost him? You're going the wrong way. Are you lost, and have you lost him? Where are you? Turn left. Turn right. Over this way. What was that? This way. Follow this way.
Oh, all the voices are telling me wrong
Herver
things.
disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors. Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors.
Run, you fool.
And soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
Listen, we already got your story. We already got your story. I want to hear the other stories. Alright. Calm down there, chum. You should have knocked first. No, I'm not a vampire. I don't need permission to come in. Walk in first, ask questions later. Barrel through the door, let them know who's boss. You come into their home like it's your home.
Don't know what they might do.
Turn back.
She has to keep going.
It's not safe here.
She has to keep going.
If you go down there, no one can save you.
It's too scary.
This is the least scary thing we've done. More lore! Feed me the lore!
Within the burial mound, Hervor calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons.
It is. It is, though. They need it for the
Answers
afterlife.
with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
Oh, thank you for that sly remark. Do I go down this way, or do I go down the... There was another way.
It's getting louder. Listen.
Dillian. Listen, listen, listen. It's him. Listen.
Alright, I know that I can only go at this snail's pace, which is a bit annoying.
Senua, follow the voice.
You must be fun at parties. He got jokes.
He's going to save you.
I will have you know,
Find him.
I'm a blast at parties. I got dance moves. Like, nobody's watching. Yeah, this might just completely...
Find another way. It's not working.
You have to use your mind. Where can you go?
You're failing. Find another way.
Think. Focus.
I'm focusing! Shut up! I thought I silenced the voices in my head. Did I do this one? Oh, it's a circle. Oh, no! We're trapped in a loop. A death loop. Oh, is it actually just gonna keep... That's kind of cool.
You don't recognize it.
Don't doubt yourself. You'll never find it.
That's kind of neat.
Recognize it.
Yes, you do. You know it.
I do. It's a simple puzzle. I just wanted to see how much it pushes it.
Where are
Listen
you?
for his voice.
Dillian. She can't hear him.
Is this... So is this one of the trials? Because this is a... Again, this is the easiest thing that Senua has had to do. I hear you, Dillian! I'm coming! I just need to hear all of the lore! I just need to experience the lore! I can't miss it! I know it's coming from the other way. I was going in the right direction, but I need to check if this is the right direction, too. For lore. Surely you understand, Dillian. It's through stories and fables that we grow wiser. Alright, so that has a lit torch. Wait. Hold on one Jiminy Cricket, cause this way also... Wait, so is this now gonna be lit on this side as well? No, it's not lit on that side. Ooh, the plot thickens. Thank God Cert isn't in here. Wait. So that's lit. I'm less concerned about finding my way.
It's not him.
And I got a lit...
We told you.
I'm more... I don't care about losing my way. I care more about finding the lore. I want to hear the lore. Please. I'm so engaged with this storytelling that I want to know what happened. The dad just spoke from the dead, saying, don't wake the dead. And we're waking the dead. See, that way we've been. This is a very cool system to tell you where you haven't... When your boyfriend is screaming in pain, but you gotta stop and let the rock speak. Yes! I need to hear all of the rock stories. Dwayne Johnson would listen to my stories if he knew I had some to tell. Ooh. Are you blocking my way to lore, Gate? Don't you dare. Dwayne The Rock Johnson would stop and listen to my stories if I knew I had some to share. If he knew I had some to share, so... I gotta give him the same courtesy.
What's happening? It's not him, it can't be.
What's that sound? The voice is changing.
What?
Hervor ignores her father's warnings.
Yeah, I'm ignoring the
Grave
voices
Mine
in my head.
opens, and it seems to be full of fire. Again, Hervor demands her inheritance, but her father warns her that the sword is cursed and would be the bane of her family. But
Shut
he
up,
relents
Dillian! I can
and
hear
brings
you.
her the sword. She leaves the island with it, but the curse holds true, and death would follow in the years to come. And so, Senua, the misdeeds of a father have cursed his daughter.
I mean, she...
What's in there? What's in there? What is it? A secret room. No boss. How do you get in there? How does she get in there? Maybe you can't. There's no way in.
There is a way in. Oh no, a dead end!
Now, don't give up now, find a way. You're too close to stop.
Ah, well, at least we got the full story. Can you honestly say, though, that the daughter is cursed by or the father cursed his daughter? Because honestly, the way I see that is she kind of brought it on herself. See, now I lit all the torches, which was probably a mistake because I have no idea where to go anymore. Oh, there's a sword. Just grab one of those. You'll be fine.
Does everything look the same? All looks the same. Something's different. Look for clues. What is it? What's different? There's a clue.
Yeah. I don't need a clue. This way's not sealed by a gate anymore. That way's sealed by a gate. I got all the lore. See, I have definitively screwed myself now because now all of the torches are lit. And I have no idea which way I have and haven't been. So this is going to be awful. Here, let's
Hervor ignores her
there we go.
father's
Let's just let him
Grave Mine
speak
opens,
while we
and
explore.
it seems to be full of fire.
Yeah,
Again,
I
Hervor
explicitly
demands her
need the
inheritance.
cursed blade.
But her father warns her that the sword is cursed and would be the bane of her family. But he relents and brings her the sword. She leaves the island with it, but the curse holds true, and death would follow in the years to come. And so, Senua, the misdeeds of a father have cursed his daughter.
You see?
Alright, so this is just gonna take me into an... That's how they did...
Where are we? She has no idea.
Yeah, that's just that is literally taking me in circles.
You have fallen in. You think that sound is Dillian's voice? It's a trick.
This brings me back to...
Into their hands. They have you right where they want you.
This brings me to that.
Could you? You think that voice is Dillian's? It's not. It's beckoning you to your death.
Do I have to just turn around? From this room? If I turn around... No, because that brings me back... I am... lost. Definitely lost. It said look for clues. I mean... Does focus help? Do I need to focus? I'm focusing. I am so focused. I'm focusing so hard. I am focusing. I need to find a way through this gate, which leads to that. So I get why this is a trial now, because I can only go at a snail's pace! I can't run! Alright. This... I'm trying to use Dillian's screams as a guide. But honestly, alright, that's the exact... So that's going in circles if I keep going that way. Naha! I am too smart for you, game. Do I need to focus on that white line? No. Ah!
Quiet.
I can come now, Dillian.
I'm lost without him.
I found all of the lore markers and all the rocks. I can come now to you. We can hang out.
That voice. It's not Dillian.
What do you mean? Are you sure? Dillian! Come on! Why did it? Ooh, there's a grumbling. There's a grumbling. Oh my god. That is not Dillian. Wow.
Dillian wants me to face my fears.
We're getting to like Valheim graphics, PS2, just with that distortion. Is that Dillian? Oh. Why would you put the torch out?
Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chieftain's son.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal.
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No.
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
He sounds like one of the voice actors from the
No.
Witcher games.
You will not defy the gods.
Oh, damn. Not like that. Come on, Dad.
Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving.
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Okay, that was trial number 1.
It's done. You did it, but there's more.
Trial number 1 complete.
But you have to keep going. There's still more.
Wait, what? Did you guys see?
It's not
Look!
going to be easy.
Look at the light on the side of the screen all the way across the water. It's Dillian. I see you, Dillian. Look, it goes away when I look, when I move. Dillian, why are you so far? I'm going all this way to save you. You can't even do the common courtesy of going like 60 feet across the water when you're a spirit to come visit me. The hell? Alright, so Senua is so we know that she went into the woods. That's where she met Durik. And she went to the woods to escape her darkness, which is now starting to consume her quite a bit. And then her journey through the darkness got distracted because then Dillian died.
Plague strike northern lands of ice. It was so terrible that not the oldest man among us could remember the like. Hundreds died. The sickness took nearly every person younger than 40 and many older. And where dying mothers gave birth, the marks of the plague were on the babes as they came out of the womb.
So we didn't get... Wait, what did we get out of that? Oh, the sword can only be pulled if you do the trials. That was it, right? You need to beat the trials to prove that you're worthy to pull the sword out. Hey, Arcane, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. We're doing trials. We haven't fought anything in a long time, so I assume once we get that sword, it's gonna be big combat time. And I hope... Dillian!
The light. Go towards it.
Oh, man.
He's going in. He's disappearing. Follow him.
No, I don't want to... Yeah, let him disappear. He's gonna disappear anyway. This is really giving me some Witcher vibes.
It's just a trial. It's just another test. You just have to solve it, and then you will find
the voices keep going between motivating me and annoying me. Or going against me. There's this guy, Viscota, in the Witcher books that comes up. And he lives in kind of a swamp. And this is giving me big time vibes of, like, visually where he might live.
Dillian will help me.
Dillian can't help you. He's dead. And you're wearing his head on your hip.
The stench of rot. She can almost taste it.
There's the shadows of darkness everywhere.
Do you smell it? No. Don't worry. Not everyone can. It was a warm spring day when she went to the river with Dillian and the others. But the water. She could taste the rot. But no one else could. She knew something was wrong. Something sinister. She begged them to leave, but they just laughed at her. But soon enough, as the bodies piled up, no one was laughing. And they knew that she was not like them.
Okay, yeah, how you doing, Arcane? How's it going? I hope everything is good. I'm looking forward to your video on, gotcha, it's these again. I'm looking forward to your video on Microsoft that I know you're working on. Or I think you're working on, unless plans changed. Plans do change from time to time.
the bridge. It's broken. Now you have to find him. Quick, get to the house. Get to the house and finish this trial.
What's that hamlet? Hey, Colin, how's it going? What's that hamlet behind you? This? That's where we're trying to get to, if that's what you're talking about. But we need to do some puzzles. Some puzzles to get there. And the puzzle involves something we've technically already done. Again, kind of highlighting a little bit into the monotony that the game does start to dive into a little bit. Wherein you're doing similar things. Oh, you just released it? I'll check it out after I'm done. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. All right, no. All right, so those bottom ones are... All right, so we only have 2 here to find in this part of the map.
The Northmen speak of a death moon, a light.
How's it going, Colin?
Moon that
How you doing?
inside
Thanks
the
for
house
stopping by.
and goes around the walls. I once saw the death moon appear at a farm, and first the shepherd died, then a guest died, and then the farmhands, and then the farmer and 6 of his men drowned at sea. But that is not the end of it, because the dead return to haunt the living. If you see the death moon, then beware, because there will be death in that house.
Just never look at the moon and you'll never see it. Just always stay inside. Don't go out of your homes.
The tower. How do you get to the tower? That's it. You did it. She did. It's not done yet. Just a small piece of the puzzle.
Just a small piece of the puzzle, you say? Well, I am a genius at looking through arches that clearly show me what I need to do. I'm good, bro. Playing Division 2. Nice. I hope Division 2 is going well for you. I know that... What the fudge? Oh, cheeky. Okay. I always wanted to try to get into the Division games, but I've not been able to. I don't know, I think they're too grindy for me personally. I just don't have that time to commit to them. And also I play a lot of games solo, so there we go.
She didn't, did it? You fixed the bridge. She fixed it. You passed
I play a lot of good games solo, so I don't know if I never really understood if that was a good solo experience or that's definitely the kind of thing you want to do with a bunch of your buddies. And I would not be doing it with buddies. So we found the first lore marker. I want to find the second lore marker. I've only missed one this whole game. I missed one, which I'm very disappointed in myself for. Because I was doing so good. Senua, you got a harsh life going on. You're doing a lot for this Dillion. I don't think Dillion appreciates you enough to be doing all this for him. I'm gonna be honest. Sure, he helped you through a rough spot. He believes in you, but I haven't really seen anything that proves he's worth all this crap that you're going through. I gotta be honest. Lore marker? No, can't go that way.
Senua!
Dillion!
Come to me! Where are you?
I'm here. I'm right here.
Are you in there? Come out if you are.
Where is he? Find him. You have to find him.
I have to find the lore!
There was a Northman called Grettir. Big, red-haired, immensely strong. But he was afraid of the dark. It happened one night that an undead creature came to his house to drag him outside into darkness and kill him. He resisted with every ounce of his strength. He clung to the doorframe, but it gave way, and they spilled out of the house, and the monster fell back, and the moon shone down on its ghastly face. Grettir, terrified, cuts off its head, but is cursed forever. From that moment on, wherever he was, he would see those hideous eyes staring back at him. Sometimes we allow our own fear to haunt us to our grave.
Gotta face your fears, ladies and gentlemen. That's the lesson to face your fears, you know? You gotta keep living life. You can't let your fear control you. You gotta control them.
Dillion!
Whoa!
They're coming for me!
Oh my god. Dillion?
Don't let it see it. It is. Go towards it. Run. There it is. It's close. It's close. Move away. Senua, move away.
There's so many voices telling me so many different things. Jesus Christ, what is that? Oh my god, what do I do? I died? No, what? What the hell was that? Is this a time trial of finding this crap? Are you serious?
There it is. It's close. It's close. Move away. Senua, move away.
I have no idea what I am supposed to do here.
What should I do?
Okay, can we... There we go. Does that count? I guess that counts. Alright, so we have to follow... Duh. Can I go under? Yes, there we go. Look at you taking some shortcuts. Dillion!
Can you hear him? Where are you?
Dillion, 2 more runes. You get through the chains, you... Focus. Alright, that's 2. 1 more to find. The fire is coming. Go straight through those chains. I see Dillion's light. I'm coming for you, baby!
I can't find you.
Yes, I can. So is this what is this? What is this supposed to be a representation of exactly? Because there's a lot of symbolism in this game. Found you. Dillian!
Look at you! Don't let it see you, it's coming. Move away. You're lost again.
I am. No, okay, that was not that bad. Oh, that's the darkness. That's just literally an amalgamation of darkness. Look how strong you are, Senua. The darkness can't even push a damn door open. Don't faint. Don't faint.
Senua!
Is that Dillian or Dad?
Senua. What happened?
It's interesting, we never get to see any of their faces.
They're blaming me for the plague. They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
How would they know such a thing? Are they gods?
You're definitely Dillian.
None of us are. They're just people. Good people, but they're scared. They're afraid of what they can't see. Like children scared of the dark. They make up
Things are getting juicy.
The void. That doesn't make them true.
What if my father was right?
You have to step out of this darkness. Let them see who you really are, like I have. You're not a monster.
It makes sense why Senna would go through all this for Dillian. Because obviously living in a world where she's been sheltered, where nobody else has accepted her for who she is. And now you have that literal one person who's like, I am here. I see you. Imate kame you.
What if this is pointless? What if you're wrong?
That's my avatar nerddom
What if we're
coming
wrong?
out.
The sword will never be
Face it. Oh well, I guess they lied to you. Don't face your fears. Yeah, the moral of that story was run from your fears. No. Have I heard from Red Wolf recently? Yeah, he's chats every once in a while. We have a private messaging for the Renegade podcast, of course.
Called Baldur.
They just reached 100
the second son
subscribers, which is cool.
He
Baldur!
was
Oh, nice.
beautiful, good and wise.
You clearly haven't played God of War Ragnarok. He was not beautiful there. I know that
He
one
was
is its
fair
own
of
take.
feature.
on
He
mythology.
spoke fair words. He gave fair judgments.
Alright, this is gonna be a bit of a longer segment.
Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
So now we'll see, because this is a lot more accurate to Norse mythology. So I imagine that we'll get the real story of Baldur, which is going to be interesting because I know the God of War, well, not God of War Ragnarok, but the God of War version of Baldur. I suspect this will be a slightly longer section just because there were infinitely more lore markers for this part. I think this is technically the second trial. Hey, head! Oh, that's something I haven't seen, actually, was a lot of my mom's face. I saw 2 of them. So I wonder how many of those I missed. Wow, you guys...
You
I am...
want to see what the mask sees. No, she doesn't. Don't look through it. Where are we? What is this? It's the same. Different. It's another world. Another world. It's lighter. It's nicer. I like it here. Can we stay?
Can we stay? Boom! Immediately back to the other one.
It's light here. It's nice.
Okay, alright, we got an interesting mechanic. It's kind of the same as...
It's not broken. It's fixed. What happened? The bridge is fixed. Let's cross it.
It's not going to be this easy, right? No, didn't think so. That would be way too easy for someone as troubled as Senua, and I need to find all the lore. Let's find out what stories we're gonna learn.
Tell this story about the death of Balder. It begins with dark dreams. Night after night, Balder dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Balder's mother makes everything in the world: fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness. Swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Balder's mother boasts. Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused.
Yeah, I never knew that Loki had kids, actually. And more interesting than Loki having kids to me is that his kid is the
He's waiting for
what was I gonna say? Yeah, more interesting is that
he's close.
Loki's daughter is the goddess of the, or a giant that rules the underworld.
Dillian, we're here. Dillian, we're nearly here.
I'm coming, Dillian. Yes, I'm coming. Let's see, what do we have? If we look through ye old gateway. Ah ha ha ha! Then we could get through the gates. His children are the Midgard serpent and the giant wolf Fenrir. Oh!
Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that Loki gave birth to the wolves that eat the sun that caused Norse mythology, man.
Find a way. Find him. Go. Dillian, don't lose. Where is he? Where's he gone? We're in the wrong world. He's not here. She's in the wrong world. He's not in this world. He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world. The dark world.
Yeah, but you guys were saying, can we stay in the light world? So now I'm in the light world. Now you're telling me to go to the dark world.
Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of color stretching away from the glow. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
Lots of stories going on.
Gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Balder's mother, is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?
Mistletoe?
I did not ask the mistletoe, Balder's mother confesses. I thought it was too young. Oh dear.
Alright, so what is Loki's relation to Balder? Or no relation. Loki's just being his traditional trickster. Traditional trickster self.
He didn't believe that she was cursed. He saved you when everyone else turned their backs.
Yeah, there you go. That's what the voice just said, that Dillian saved you when everyone else turned their backs on her. Dillian didn't believe that Senua was cursed.
He was the only one.
But what cursed...
He did love her.
What cursed Senua, though? Little is it. Yeah, maybe. I guess so. What cursed Senua in the first place? I guess that's what we're trying to find out, but... Alright, this one I already did. Yeah, that one I did. So now I need to go back and look at it through the dark world again, because that's where Dillian is. Or did I need to go up to this door and... Because I did not go up to this door yet. I didn't do this. My human responsibilities. See, I can't wait to see a video on cyborgs. along with robots. Have a great stream. Thank you for being here and chatting, Starfield Cyborg. Yeah, this is going on a bit longer than I had planned, but I think that we'll probably just keep progressing for a little bit further because I'm intrigued. I want to see where this all goes. I like this element of going between the light and the dark world. And now I have to... Oh, shoot. So I don't need to find that? Is this going to be a different symbol?
You're cursed.
No. So is it somehow going to be down here? Because there was nothing.
See the darkness within you.
All right, that way is blocked off by rubbles. All right, I wish I could run a little bit faster. Just go a little bit faster. I didn't get him killed. Come on. Don't be like that.
Can you remember what love feels like? Look what happened.
Dillian!
She destroys the thing she loves.
Alright, so I think that I need to find... So my guess is I have to go... do this. And now the answer to the door puzzle is going to be somewhere in the light world, perhaps? And if I could find the answer in here... Unless I have to get up there to do it. No, I'm going to be able to get up there probably through the dark world. Oh, here we go. Alright, so I need to find... whatever the hell that's supposed to be.
Do you remember the way he stroked your hair? Do you remember the way he felt?
I don't remember anything about Dillian. Barely had time to meet him. Barely had time to hang out with him. I'm just learning about him for the first time. Who's Dillian? Anyway, so where is this symbol? I'm in the right general area. I feel like it has something.
He was the only one that didn't mind the curse. He loved us so much. He's the secret.
Do I have to go... Nope, can't get up there. Does it have something to do with the barrels or these windows? I do not know.
Do you remember the way he touched you?
I don't. I've never been touched by Dillian in my life. Something to do with a chandelier, perhaps?
Dillian saved you from them.
I get it. Dillian. I understand. He's a good guy. Jeez Louise. There's plenty of fish in the sea. I mean, come on.
Dillian saved you.
Open your mind to the possibilities.
Dillian's the only reason she's still alive.
No, the only reason I'm still alive... Oh, is it this tree? Is it you? No?
Do you remember what love feels like?
Oh, shoot. Okay, I see it. There it is.
Whispering in your ear.
Right, is that it? Is it the way the light's coming into the room? Come on, how is that not it? There we go.
Senua.
Okay.
He's the reason she's alive at all. Why isn't he here?
He's in the dark world. Now we go back. Yes.
To the dark world.
He's gone to the dark world. So, now we do a little bit of that through the looking glass. the door is going to be able to be opened unless we need to open it in the light world. But I suspect that would be rather stupid. So now we can get in. And Dillion's not gonna be there.
Where are you taking me? He's up there. How do you get up there? There's a way. There is a way up there. Where she can do it.
Alright, we gotta recreate the staircase. You think your meager puzzles can stop me? I am a champion of Hellblades puzzles now. Did I do this? Oh no, that's a new one.
You have no
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Huth says, I cannot see where Balder stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon. Loki replies, here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands. And Huth throws the mistletoe at Balder. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Balder is killed. And for this, Huth is slain.
Okay, interesting. Loki didn't kill Balder, but he did
you squashed it, strangled.
Openly contribute to his
Curse cannot be undone.
death. Alright, another puzzle.
Years had passed since she left her father.
This is why
She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillian. She saw things no one else could. Patterns,
Because he believed in you.
movement, an intuition that made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past, and Dillian, her future.
Doesn't know who killed him, but we do.
Two realities tearing at her soul.
Wasting your time. You have no time for this. Speed up.
stop voices in my head telling me to speed up. I'm doing it at a pace I'm comfortable with. What is it? This is why it's so important to play a game from beginning to end if you plan to review it. Just because, you know, if I were to review this game and I had only played, let's say, half of it at this point, I would have been like, oh yeah, it's great, this is phenomenal. But now the puzzles are starting to get a little bit like, okay, alright, we're doing the same thing again. The frame rate is so much better when it's not raining out. It's like, okay, we're doing the same thing again. We're doing the same types of puzzles. And the thing that's driving me through the experience now is less so the... Oh, shoot. Okay, let's make sure I don't miss any of these. It's less so the gameplay at this point, and it's more the story that's driving me through.
Tell how the gods mourned. The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it.
Hela?
She comes riding a wolf, and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes, and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit.
That's actually kind of similar a little bit to The Witcher 3 when you arrive in Skellige a little bit. That's kind of cool.
Sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
He's the reason she keeps fighting.
Okay, I'm clearly looking... Oh, I have to get on the other side of it. Gotcha. It's like I am clearly looking at the answer to that puzzle.
He led you astray. You should have listened to your father when
This is a really cool level though. This is really neat, going between
his love has tortured
the
you
different
and
worlds and using it to open passageways. And at this point, when this game came out, it was probably a little bit of a newer mechanic. I don't remember, but now we've seen this kind of thing done multiple times in different games, but it still never ceases to amaze me when a game can do it well, because it's a very clever tactic. Like even Hogwarts Legacy kind of did this, where you look between different things to solve different worlds to solve puzzles. But it's a cool mechanic. Let me just say. Have you ever given up on a review because the game was such a chore to play and you didn't really enjoy it at all? That was a bit of Hogwarts Legacy, actually. I had planned to review Hogwarts Legacy. I had planned to review Hogwarts Legacy, but I just I never, one, timing didn't work out. That was a big part of it. But there was certainly sections that just droned on, and the side content just bored me, and it was bloated. It was a bloated game.
Baldur return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Baldur stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Baldur. Weep him out of hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they find in a cave. Baldur was never my friend, she says. Let Hel keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
Loki up to your... Yeah, it was a good game. Like, don't get me wrong. I genuinely enjoyed a lot of... I genuinely enjoyed a lot of the game, but
remember how he made you feel?
it just was bloated to me, and I wish that they would have just focused more on the good parts rather than having way too much side content that really didn't add value at all to the experience. That
the Northmen tell how the gods punished Loki for Baldur's death.
No Quidditch.
They captured
True.
him and
That's
took
for
him
the
to a
multiplayer
cave.
game.
They fetched his 2 sons and turned one into a wolf, and he ripped his brother apart. The gods used Loki's own son.
Wait, okay, gotcha. So he didn't give birth to a wolf. He turned into a wolf.
The Northmen tell how the gods punished Loki for Baldur's death. They captured him and took him to a cave. They fetched his 2 sons and turned one into a wolf, and he ripped his brother apart.
Jeez, that's cruel.
The gods used Loki's own son's entrails to tie him down, and turned these bonds to iron, and dangled a poisonous serpent over his face, so that its venom would drip.
Oh my
on him.
god!
Each time the venom drips onto Loki's face, he writhes in agony. The Northmen say that is the cause of earthquakes.
Oh, man.
That if even gods must accept death.
That
so
is...
we.
Oh, I love the way that mythology takes these concepts and puts them into this type of, like, explains natural phenomenon in that way. I see the arrow. The question is, how do I... Like, it's clearly right there. Does that count? There we go. That's crazy. And isn't... I don't know if this part of God of War is true, but That is hardcore, right? That's metal. I don't know if this part of God of War is true, but if it is, that was, at least in the God of War games. Again, I know that they play a lot looser with Norse mythology. A lot of it's very relevant. A lot of it is very similar. You do have some differences that are there, but a lot of it does hold true. And that, at least in that game, it does say that you have what is it? When the wolves hunt one another and they chase one another and one finally kills the other, that is one of the signals of the start of Ragnarok, as well as the killing of Balder is kind of one of the first steps to Ragnarok. Or the killing of Balder, the death of Balder is the start. And then the wolves are chasing each other, which, according to this, which I believe this more than the God of War, but according to this, Loki's son was turned into a wolf and just kills the other. So is it when Loki's children kill each other? Because it's not the wolves chasing each other endlessly. What is it? Fenrir and... Fenrir is one of them. I don't remember the name of the other.
They're all about wasting your time, just delaying minute by minute by minute. What does she think she's doing? You're not special. She thinks she can.
Those wolves are different wolves? Wait, so the Fenrir versus Loki's son Fenrir are two different Fenrirs? But they're both wolves? Or one gets turned into a wolf? Fenrir is not one of the wolves chasing the moon and the sun. God damn it, Norse mythology! Every time I think I get it.
Nothing.
You make me not... I don't. Alright. I just gotta read my book. I gotta read the book that I also have to read and reread many times because I get confused. Like, there's a thing in Norse... I don't know how many people actually care about this, but you're still watching, so I'm gonna assume you do. Like, there's so many phrase. There's like Frey, there's Freya, there's Freyr with an R at the end. And I don't understand which one is which. I get confused with that. Yeah, they refer to it as Frey, Freyr, Freya. And that in and of itself is something that I go, wait, Freya, you should try Freya sometime. There you go. I'm sure there's that as well. You're saying that as a joke, but I'm sure it's actually partially true. So there's so many, like, the names overlap, and that in and of itself confuses me. Yeah, here you go. Here you have the end of the world. I don't know how well that will show, but you have the end of the world is one of the chapters, and then it does mention, I assume that's not going to show at all, but the death of Balder is what starts it, and then you get into Ragnarok. But yeah, all the different versions of Frey confuse me. It's just, they gotta... Norse mythology needs to just have a book to understand it, and then I could read the book on it. Of course there's another balance beam. I hate the balance beams. Alright, let's not die this time going across the beam.
Dillion never much cared for the underworld, and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Zinban.
Deep breaths, deep breath, deep breaths!
After his
No!
father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillion.
No! No! No!
Had to see the world through his eyes. And slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
No.
No, she's not. She's not going to fall. She's strong.
Shut up, voices! I know I can do it. I've only died once in this game, I think. Dillion! My love! Yes! Oh, no. Why? Why did that? Obviously, we weren't going to get him there. Oh, we get to see him!
Your father cannot understand your darkness.
Wow, that looks uncanny real.
cannot see through your eyes.
Is that a real person?
No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like.
That's not animated, right?
The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. So we fix them by taking away their sight. But you give up the beautiful world thing. You, and only you can see just to be rid of your nightmares. Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? A gift that makes you so special in my eyes. Just another part of the person I know.
The subtitles didn't match the dialogue. I don't think.
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness. Because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
Killing you would be too easy. They're taking your memories to torture you.
If mythology was easy, it would be mythology. True, yeah. Mythology is an attempt at conveying deep metaphysical concepts, explaining phenomenon we can't understand, or, of course, it's going to get complex. Yeah, but when you look at Norse mythology and you find out that the creation of the world was done when there was literally nothing. And then, where's the exact quotes? Let's see if I can't find it. Yes, alright, so on the other side of a slowly filling chasm, Filheim lay in perpetual darkness, bathed in mist which circled and spun until all was masked. Here, between those stark contrasts, Ymir grew, the personification of the frozen ocean, the product of chaos. Fire and ice met here, and it was these profound contrasts that created a phenomenon like no other. This was life itself. In the chasm, another form was created by the frozen river, where the sparks of Surt's saber caused the ice to drip and thaw, and then, when they rested, allowed it to freeze once again. This form was Adhuma, a cow, who became known as the nourisher. Her udders were swollen with rich, pure milk, and Ymir drank greedily from the 4 rivers which formed from them. Admula the cow also needed sustenance, so she licked at the rhinestones which had formed from the crusted ice, and from these stones she drew salt from the depths of the earth. Adhuma licked continuously, and soon there appeared under her thirsty tongue the form of a god. On the first day there appeared hair, and on the second a head, and the third day a whole god was freed from the ice because the cow was licking it and getting salt from it. A whole god was freed from the ice, and he stepped forth as Buri, also called the producer. Buri was beautiful, yet taking golden flames of the fire, which gave him warm gilded glow, and from the frost and ice he drew purity, a freshness that could never be matched. While Aduma licked, Ymir slept, sated by the warmth of her milk. Under his arms, the perspiration formed a sun. Oh yeah, it's worth noting that Ymir is this giant, the first giant, that's just everything is surrounded by, and he's asleep because he's drinking from the milk of a bloated, uddered cow. Under his arms, perspiration formed a son and daughter because he sweat and it created people. And this is happening simultaneously as the cow is licking away the form of the first god, Buri. So while the cow is licking at salt, and Ymir is sleeping because he's drinking from the cow's udders, he sweats and it creates a son and a daughter. The first giant called Thrudgamir, and an evil frost giant with 6 heads who went on to bear his own son, the giant Bergelmir. These were the first of the race of frost giants. So, yeah. There's complex, and then there's that. There's a difference. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed Storytime Norse Mythology with DeMarco for the 7 of you that are here. Alright, one more trial that we have to go through that we are going to have to save for next time, unfortunately. This has gone on about a half hour, 40 minutes longer than anticipated. But I was having fun. And again, I know that I'm probably not going to play this game again till next week, till we do our next stream. And at that point, probably finish it. Whatever it takes, we'll just finish the game. But really good. The monotony is starting to set in a little bit. The thing that's now at this point driving me through is definitively the story. So even if, you know, the combat, again, the combat is very simplistic in its form, which is fine, but it needs a little bit more depth to remain satisfying when you have an experience that is this long. The puzzles need a bit more variation to keep them interesting. So that part of the game, which is the gameplay, is feeling a little bit more monotonous, a little bit more tedious as it does go on. And if I were to review it, I would probably knock points for that. The thing that I would elevate it is it's tying into, obviously, real-world mental health, and that discussion, the darkness obviously being a metaphor for your own psychological issues, and I think that they're telling I like when a game is designed this way. So you have something like Redfall, where Redfall wears its metaphors on its sleeves. You quite literally are going against the evil corporations that turn into vampires, and they suck the life out of everything around them because they're evil, vampire-rich corporate men. And that metaphor is, or that simile, is just right there. It doesn't have... It's spelled out for you. And then you have something like Hellblade, which does it much more tactfully, in that it's presenting this darker story, this deeper story, where Senua is going through all these problems, but you can enjoy and appreciate the story without making those connections. So if you want to look at it deeper and you want to see the meanings that are there, you can. If you want to just enjoy it for a cool, badass story of this girl going on an adventure to save her love, that romance and that drama side of the story is there, and it struck a really good balance between the two, and that is worth a lot. Of course, you have the cinematic storytelling. I love the way that the camera work is done. Visually speaking, again, I know I asked the same question last time, and I don't remember the answer to it when this game did come out, but visually this is still, even by today's standards, a phenomenal looking game that is better than a lot of games that release today. So if you're into it for visuals, the music when it does chime in, like that moment when you're going across the bridge and it started picking up with the chants, the dramatic music when we were stuck in that room that the weird fire darkness anomaly was chasing us, that was epic and cool. The fight against Cert was amazingly awesome as well, and of course Vivaldi, or whatever the hell his name was, that I just never remembered even when they said it 700 times. Redfall was a metaphor for the ZeniMax board members draining the creative force out of the company. Yeah, ironically in a way it was, because that, as we know from Jason Schreier's reporting, that's kind of what was going on behind the scenes, right? So thankfully Microsoft can hopefully stop those, because we saw a lot of that when it came to Bethesda games. We saw that with Wolfenstein Youngblood. We saw it with Doom Eternal was pretty good. Doom Eternal had the multiplayer, but I actually enjoyed the multiplayer. That really didn't feel bad. But there was that element of they could have made great multiplayer, but they also had to sell the cosmetics in it too. You had, of course, everything that went on with Elder Scrolls Blades, which I know people have quickly forgotten about, for better or for worse. But Elder Scrolls Blades was a thing that had horrible greedy monetization, and anyway, that's not what the point of this discussion is about. But yeah, so storytelling 10 out of 10, gameplay 6 out of 10 if 5 is average, music 8 out of 10. Definitely seems like Redfall was, yeah, it does. It feels like Redfall was really the last era for Bethesda, and now Starfield is in so many ways the turning of a new leaf. The only thing that really disappoints me is we keep hearing Todd Howard talking about how he wants the time between releases to be much shorter, and he understands that the time between these games takes a really long time, and he said publicly in interviews that he wishes they could come out faster. And I've said it in my videos multiple times, like, okay, then do something. Like, you understand that this is a problem, so do something about it. Like, I don't know, hire more, get new teams, change up your product. I don't know what, obviously not at the detriment, this goes without saying, not at the detriment of the next product, right? I don't want Elder Scrolls 6 to start development now or earlier than it normally would, and it comes at the cost of Starfield not coming out as good as it can, or Elder Scrolls 6 not coming out as good as it can because they're not getting the attention they need or the innovation that they would want, or being able to include the mechanics that they'd want to feature. So there's that kind of unspoken side of it. But at the same time, if Todd Howard knows it's a problem, if Bethesda knows it's a problem, if we all as fans are asking to get these things out faster, because it's literally going to be about 15 years until we see the Elder Scrolls 6 between Elder Scrolls games. And that isn't, that's not, I say that's not okay. It's a video game. It is okay. I don't want to be dramatic about it because anybody who watches my channel knows I try to stay away from the drama. But what I will say is I mean, come on. Like 15 years between franchise, and now it's not as though it's going Elder Scrolls Fallout, because if it was going Elder Scrolls Fallout, Starfield would be Elder Scrolls 6. But that's not what's happening. It's Starfield, and now you're going to have Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, and Fallout. I'm sorry, you need another team. You need at least one other team so that they can still cycle through. So you have one team that's always kind of in the pre-production-ish stage and does the development, and then you have another team that comes in and is like, okay, we have the vision, it's a clear vision, we know what we're doing, let this other team come in while you guys start work on the next Elder Scrolls. And I know that Elder Scrolls 6 is in pre-production, like that much is clear, but these release times are just astronomical. And if it's going to be you get an entire fan base that's going to be monumentally excited for Starfield and just falls in love, because there's people who like Elder Scrolls like me, there's people who like Fallout more, and then there's people who like I think Maddie is more of a Fallout, Mr. Maddie Plays is more of a Fallout person. Then you have folks who are going to like Starfield the most. And so you're going to have an entire group of people who love Bethesda for Starfield. It's just going to happen. And they're going to be, it's weird to think about, but they're going to be upset that Starfield is not releasing because Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout are coming before it. At least that's the prediction, right? We don't really know about Fallout and when that's going to come. But you have this entire group of people who are going to be mostly and almost solely excited and sold on Bethesda's games for Starfield. Of course, there's going to be some overlap. And they might not see the next Starfield game for another 15 years. I mean, we already see that with Elder Scrolls, but you're getting an entire... My point being, you're getting an entire new generation of possible Bethesda fans for Starfield, because you're getting a lot of the Star Citizen, the StarCraft players, that group of space... kind of space simulation game fans that are coming in. I see it in my own comments because people are like, Star Citizen has this, blah blah blah, but this doesn't do it. And you know that they're coming from fans of Star Citizen and those other games. And so now those folks come in, they say, oh, you know what, this is actually pretty good, I like the RPG side of this, and they try it. Now they play it, and for the first time they realize, because they haven't played Bethesda games before, but now they're coming in, they realize that, oh wait, I gotta wait how long for Starfield 2? What? So it's insane. It's insane. I don't know what the solution is. I don't know. I mean, you could do... I don't have a problem, and I announced this in one of my videos. I said I don't have a problem with those kind of 2.5 releases. That's what Arkham Origins was. That's what Fallout New Vegas was. If I get another Elder Scrolls game that's fully fleshed out and fully realized, but it uses the same engine, I don't care. I don't care, because at least I get to play in that world again in a new region with new quests and new NPCs and slightly different mechanics. And we saw how Fallout New Vegas improved from some of the things that Fallout 3 did, and as long as you have some of those improvements to make it feel a little bit new and feel a little bit exciting, and you introduce new mechanics, but you save a ton of time because you already have the template built there in a way, I don't know. I'm fine with that, especially if this is just what it's going to be. If the alternative is 15 years, I'd rather get Skyrim 2. Genuinely, I'd rather get Skyrim 2 than 15 years of no Elder Scrolls, but That's just me. I'll be in my late 50s when Starfield. Yeah, it's insanity. I love all their single player RPGs. Yeah, there's I do. I like all of that. Like I like Fallout. I like Elder Scrolls. I'm sure I'll like Starfield, but my preference is Elder Scrolls, plain and simple. It's a side effect of AAA game development becoming more and more unsustainable. Yeah, that's why you see so many indie studios popping up, right? That's why you see so many. It is becoming unsustainable. So I do wonder if you need to draw back, if we need to go back to these smaller games. They're just simply too big. You need to go back and look at Oblivion and why they were able to do that in a couple years, and Fallout New Vegas and why they were able to do that in a couple years. Skyrim, why they were able to get that out 3 years in between games. You know, because bigger teams, but that's a misconception. Bigger teams do not mean faster releases. They just don't. So, I don't know. I don't work in a studio. I'm being an armchair developer. So, anyway, thank you all so much for joining, for being a part. Again, we'll finish this next week. We'll close it out. I really do enjoy doing these Sunday streams, and hopefully as we continue to do them a little bit more consistently, I'll even promote. I didn't promote this one at all. I just hopped on and did it. So, I'll you know, start trying to bring them up and let people know that they're happening. But thank you all so much for joining. Chris, Sips, Jonas for being here, Arcane for stopping by, Assassin, Colin for being here, Cyborg. I'm gonna miss some people. Scooter. Ulfric was here. Jenkins stopped by for a bit. Thank you. Jake, of course. Kappa as well. And if I missed anybody else, Matthew Wolf. And as always, I hope to see you all next time. So long, everybody.